such a pitiful amount of highs.
Is this on? Yes. Hi, welcome to Dead Eyes Live. My name is Connor Ratliff. I'm an actor and comedian, and this is a live show that is connected to the podcast I've been doing for the past couple of years, mostly during the pandemic. And first, I'm assuming that everybody who's here knows what the podcast is. Is there anyone who's like, I'm not sure what the podcast is about? All right, that's great. That'll save us a good 5 minutes. There may be some live stream people who are watching who don't know, but that actually saves me having to tell you the same story that I've had to tell dozens of times now. But just in case someone was lying, 22 years ago, I was cast in the role of Private Zelensky in Band of Brothers. The day before I was supposed to film, I was called in to re-audition for Tom Hanks because I was told he looked at my tape, thought I had dead eyes. And then I was pretty quickly fired from that role. But if you're all caught up, who's caught up to episode 31 of Dead Eyes? All right, so you know it all works out. So there are some people who have asked me when I've told them I'm going to do a Dead Eyes live show. They're like, "Why? What? It's over. You're done, right? You're done. What could you possibly do now?" And part of this show is going to be figuring that out. There's two things I know we're going to try to do tonight. I assume everybody got their complimentary Castaway 35mm film strip? All right. So if nothing else, you got that. You walk away with something you didn't have at the beginning of this. But there's two things I'm hoping to do. And one is to explore a version of the past that will never happen. And we're gonna sort of say goodbye to a version of a live show that I was hoping would occur that I think now cannot. But tonight we can sort of try to do that. And another part of the show tonight is going to be exploring the possibilities of what the future of Dead Eyes could be. So we'll be in the present, but the show will be firmly rooted in both the past and the future. And that sounds very, I think, like admirably high concept for what this show actually is. Now, I'm going to bring out some people in a second. And I've booked 4 friends of mine. All of them have been on the podcast at some point, and you're probably easily more familiar with all of them than you are with me. I have been warned, and I don't necessarily disagree with this. I've been told this is too much energy. I told people, here's who I have booked on the show, and they've said to me, why would you book all 4 of them on the same show with you? And I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah, I know what you mean, but like, I think it'll be fun. I think are you all back there? Yeah, all right, that's a sign. Please welcome to the stage 4 wonderful people. Ben Schwartz, Darcy Carden, Brandon Scott Jones, and Nicole Byer. All right. Nicole is taking the rapid test, and we all got here at different times, right?
That's exactly right.
Right, and we all did great. We all
are negative.
Yeah.
We are, and yeah. Nicole will be too. It's just going to take a couple minutes to find out.
It'll be, it's going to be exciting.
Wow.
Yeah, so here we are. Yay! Finally, we made it. And
what a weird place to put yourself, because you'll have to look to the left and the right for almost everything that you do.
That's true.
Yeah. Look at this. Look how you do. You look like a cartoon character that's confused.
Yeah. And Ben, if you look at us, now he's gonna have to look. Look
oh
like
my God!
Exactly. See, that's the thing you're gonna do.
Yeah. Darcy, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do.
Oh.
I can't believe
what?
it.
What?
Wait, what?
Now, Ben.
Yo.
You were instrumental in Dead Eyes becoming a podcast.
I was. Can I say, while everybody's here, I am so proud. Didn't Connor do, like, one of the best podcasts of all time?
Yes.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that here tonight. We don't need to
You guys don't have to stand up.
Yeah. But it almost didn't happen, Ben. It almost didn't happen, and you were a big reason why it did happen, because there was a point where no one was emailing me back.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you did the first episode, which Darcy was on, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Darcy, Zach Woods, and then who else? One
John
more person.
Hamburger.
John Hamm.
John Hamm, of course.
Yeah.
Right. And so you did it. I thought it was so funny. It got released on Earwolf, and then they did not want. They said absolutely no more
They
from
said,
you.
that's enough.
They said,
From the very beginning, people have had strong opinions about when the podcast should end.
yeah.
And some people felt like maybe now, right at the beginning of it.
By the way, that entire company thought so, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you said you're gonna shop it elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then you told me that the process is a difficult one. And then I called Jake and Amir, Jake Herbert's Amir. I've done a lot of stuff with them. They're amazing, wonderful people. They own HeadGum. They run HeadGum.
This is a headgum podcast.
This
Very
is a
good.
headphone
Great.
podcast.
And that person is in your television show.
She is, yes.
And then I said, they were very kind, and I go, hey, this is Connor's podcast. I'm telling you, it's so amazing, and it's going to be incredible. You should just say yes now. Here it is. You can listen to it, but just say yes. And then Jake said, okay, we'll call him now without even listening. And then Amir listened and loved it even more. And then you got
Jake
the next
never
day.
listened?
Jake did listen to it. But they were so kind about, like, I can't tell. I was like, this is going to be he's so smart, and the way he's attacking this is so unique. I can't wait to hear the next episode. I have to imagine other people who were the first one are going to be like I do. And then they gave you a home. Now, was there any other competition, or that was it?
No one else was.
That's it.
No one else was doing a podcast trying to get to Tom.
Yeah. Now, you said before that I have to look back and forth, but I think it's fun. I get to look back and forth. I
Yeah,
actually
this
like
is
this.
nice.
Do you also? I feel like we adjusted a little bit. Do you want me to scoot up like maybe like half a foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half a foot's great.
Oh, I have
Me
a
too.
great idea. Then
Yeah.
I'll go all the way back.
Right? I like that. Let's, because I also, like, I've been sitting in the middle, but I also might lounge a little. I like the idea that it's, because now this is actually better. This feels,
This is like you checking out your like side view mirror before you parallel
you have
park.
to. You have, everyone who drives in LA, you gotta check.
Guys,
you gotta check
remember,
your blind spot.
You remember parallel parking?
What do you mean remember?
Remember, I do it all the
I
time.
do it
No,
every
it's
day.
over. It's over. It's done.
It's over. It doesn't
simply-
exist.
I'm so good at parallel parking.
I love
I'm
parallel parking.
so
You
good
do?
at it.
Are you from the East Coast?
No,
Where are you from?
the Bay Area.
God? The Bay Area.
But
Maybe.
I'm young.
Sure.
God.
Yeah, God.
Look how fucking cool. Look how you're sitting. It's so fucking cool.
Who are you talking to?
Not
This
you.
outside
Connor.
the audience
Yeah.
is seeing like a big ass crack.
Are you seeing a big ass?
No, they're not.
Okay.
God.
You know this is hard.
I got
We
mine
wanna
surgically
see-
removed.
No, you didn't.
Brandon, what was the audition process like for Ghosts?
What was it like?
He's on CBS's Ghosts.
Yes.
Hey, a lot of Ghost fans.
Yeah.
A lot of ghosties.
Yeah, a lot of ghosties. That's what they're called.
Is that
Yeah.
true?
It is. It's true. Let's see. The audition process was. The audition process was. I got the script and I read it and I was like, oh my god, I really, really like it. I am therefore not going to get it. And then went in, gave an audition, hated the audition so much that I went right across the street to this Taco Bell that was right there, and I ate the world's most amount of Taco Bell. Quesarito, I will go through the menu if you'd
Yeah.
like. Quesarito,
Dong,
yeah,
Bell?
Crunchwrap Supreme with also steak.
Wow.
dong,
Yeah, chicken chalupa.
dong.
Yeah,
I love this has turned into branded content now.
it is branded.
Branded content.
Brandon content.
Brandon content.
Brandon Scott Jones.
Yes, and then but no, and then they.
Scott content.
Brandon Scott. That's
content.
great.
Brandon Scott.
Scott
Herpes.
content.
Yeah.
Brandon's no,
Oh yeah. No.
chalupa.
Chalupa. No, just. Anyway, I went through it all.
Yeah.
And then they called me back, and I was like, "What?" And then I went back 2 more times, and I tested for the show, and then
In front of, was it
I
like
was-
an audience? Is it like all?
it was it was a situation where you walk in, and then it's just sort of like there's a live audience to watch you
Yeah.
in this tiny space, give you, and you're trying to like give a performance, and
And they loved you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Enough.
Must have.
Yes, they must have loved me. They must have absolutely loved me. But it was
You
really
tested
fun.
positive at both
I
tests for the
tested.
show.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I tested positive.
Which is good.
Which
Sometimes it's
used
good.
to be good, but now in this day and age,
Yeah.
It used to be bad.
it used to be bad.
And then it was good.
And then-
like in the 80s, it was bad.
Oh right, yes.
Right. But then But then for ghosts, it was good.
Yes,
But now it's
exactly.
bad again.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I am a gay man
What a brief
screaming, I
window.
tested positive.
You also
Wow,
screamed
wow,
that
wow.
you like surgically removed your butthole.
I did,
Yeah.
I did. But that was a sexual thing. Because you can't take it up the butt.
That made them
So
nervous.
sorry.
That made them uncomfortable.
You said that like it was a famous line from a musical. Like everybody
She
should know
can't-
that line.
Because she can't take it up the butt.
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Rogers and Apps.
The more time Nicole's not out here, the more I'm worried about the result.
No, she's gonna make a grand entrance.
Yeah.
I know,
It's
okay,
gonna
good.
be
Beautiful.
like, and when it happens, let's go berserk.
Yeah.
Right?
And when it happens, you'll know.
You'll know.
You'll absolutely
And if it
know.
doesn't happen, that's
Then
bad.
you'll know.
You'll also know.
It's,
You'll know.
yeah, it's bad for the whole show.
Patrick will come out and tell us the news on the microphone.
Yeah. So here's the thing. In 2020, when I was first starting out the podcast, I really was excited because I thought, well, we'll get these first batch of episodes out, and then I'm gonna go tour and I'll do Deadeye's live shows while I'm like on the hunt for Tom Hanks, like while I'm trying to solve this thing. And I thought it's great because I can have all these segments like where I'll ask people in the audience if they've ever had like an encounter in real life with Tom Hanks. And I don't want to do that post episode 31. Like that doesn't make sense. That's a weird show to go around and do, right? I think so. Right? Well, we did. The only other time I've done a Deadeye's live show was on a boat. On a cruise ship the night before the Tom Hanks episode came out. We were on the Joko cruise. And we were doing a show. Now, this is a comedy and music nerd cruise. And the people buy the tickets to go on the cruise like a year before it happens. And so nobody bought it thinking like, oh, good, I'll go and I'll see a live version of this podcast. So like literally 50% of the audience had never heard of it. So part of the show is just explaining to these people who were just people on a boat what it was. And like, and guess what? Tomorrow the Tom Hanks episode is gonna come out. So like, oh, interesting. And then I asked the people in the crowd. I said, did anyone here on this boat ever have a real life encounter with Tom Hanks? And one person had. I said, great. And I'm a little nervous because I've never done this specific experiment before. And you never know. When it's an audience interaction, it could be something terrible or it could be they're lying, it's a joke, etc. There's a million ways it can backfire. This person's story was perfect. Their story was that they got called for jury duty. And Tom Hanks also got called for jury duty.
Oh my God, heaven.
Wow.
So already it's
Heaven.
great because it's like he didn't try to get out of it. He could have easily said, I can't be on the jury because I'm Tom Hanks. It'll be distracting. And no judge is going to say, like, Tom Hanks, you must. Like, he could have gotten out of it, but he's a good citizen. So he
Connor,
did.
have you asked the audience if Tom Hanks is in the audience yet or no?
I haven't.
Do you want to save it for
Let's
the
save
end?
it for the end of this jury story because right now, if Tom is here, he's like, I don't remember this. What is this? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, God.
You get perjured.
Yeah. Basically,
Now are people kind of nervous that he might be in the audience?
yeah.
Because someone would know, whoever's sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, I thought it was Tom
So did
Hanks.
I.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
That
my
scared, were you
God.
not scared?
No, I wasn't scared, but I was like, that
Oh my
was quick.
God.
I was like, if he's in the audience, how did everybody know at once?
I really felt like you were tricking us. I felt like we got tricked by
Yeah.
you.
No, I'm not that kind of prankster.
I know.
I thought that he must have stood up or I literally was like, holy shit, this is amazing for you.
Hi, Nicole.
Nicole.
No.
No, it's really good that it's you, Nicole.
Hello, Nicole.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Sorry I was running late and then had to take a COVID test.
It's okay. Neither of those things I require an apology for. I also was sitting right here on the stage when I got a text from you saying the back door is locked, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like the curtain is about to go up, and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I've been so annoying. I'm sorry. I was like, I'm late. Help, I can't get in.
No, it was wonderful.
On comedy shows, people come out at different times.
Yeah,
You're
comedy is
that's
all
true.
about
That's true.
timing.
Comedy's all about timing.
Comedy
All about
is
timing.
timing.
Comedy is
Okay.
all about timing.
Connor, speaking of timing, I think you were mid-story.
Jury.
Was I? Well, the
Jury
story's
duty.
almost
Story.
over. Nicole, do you want to recap, or do you want to just go right in at the end of the story?
End of the story.
All right.
Right, girl, because
Right.
Smart.
she was listening backstage.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So basically, I was like, so what happened? And the woman said, I was rejected and Tom Hanks was chosen and he served on the jury.
Wow.
So, and then that person went to prison forever. I don't know what the case was. But I love thinking about being in a courtroom and looking over the jury and being like, oh no. Like, if you did it, if you're guilty and you look over, you're like, oh no, he'll know. Like, Tom will know.
Yeah.
And then if you're innocent and you're worried that it could be like a miscarriage of justice, and you'd be like, oh, the system, but like now I have to be like, feel bad about Tom Hanks.
I'm trying to think if there was a movie where Tom Hanks is in a courtroom, but it's only Philadelphia.
I think in Philadelphia.
Yeah. But
He
he's
was
in a
never. He
courtroom.
was never a lawyer. He was never. I say. That type of lawyer.
So. I think you're thinking
Like
No,
a foghorn leg.
Foghorn of a chicken.
Yeah.
He was never a big buff chicken.
But it's easy to imagine his character in The Lady Killers.
That's
but
what I was
yeah,
thinking.
like,
Oh my God! Absolutely.
That's what I was
Foghorn
thinking.
Oh my God,
Leghorn.
that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
I
I've
say.
only seen 2 Tom Hanks movies.
Let's hear it.
Let's
Nicole, let's hear it.
Wait,
What
no.
do you
I guarantee
mean?
you've seen more.
I guarantee you.
I would put money on it that you've seen more.
How much?
Well, then I don't really know though.
$1,000.
Okay,
$1,000.
I've seen Forrest Gump
Woo!
100 times.
Okay.
All right.
Every time it comes on E during Christmas, I
Yeah.
watch it.
You got
Right.
it.
And then Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you
Right.
seen Toy Story?
But he's not in it.
Well,
He's
he
the
is.
lead voice.
Oh, he is?
He's not in it. They don't
Oh.
animate him.
They don't animate him.
Wait, is he Buzz?
Yep.
No,
No, he's
He's
Woody.
Woody. He's Woody. He's Woody. Nicole.
Nicole.
And have you seen
If
Toy
you can
Story
think
2?
of it.
I have.
You've seen at least 5 Tom Hanks movies.
Wow, I'm
Have you-
embarrassed.
Nicole, have
There's
you
gotta
seen
be more.
Castaway?
No.
The one with Wilson?
No.
Okay, have you
Wilson,
seen...
the volleyball on the island.
I know who
Okay,
Wilson
Nicole,
is.
have
Okay.
you seen
Yeah.
Big? Have you seen
Big.
Oh,
Big?
you've seen Big.
No.
Nicole,
Oh,
have you
Nicole,
seen...
I want to watch Big with you.
I do too.
Is it
It's
good?
it's one of my
It's incredible.
favorite movies.
It's incredible.
What's
Okay.
what's one where maybe like Tom Hanks is in disguise a little bit, like did you
The
see
Polar
the
Express.
That's what I was thinking of.
But you didn't see that.
You didn't see that.
Okay.
Wait, come on, Connor. You know every movie.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not, but I can't say I approve of this. We're just going to list all of the rest of Tom Hanks' movies and be like incredulous.
Okay.
Nicole,
Wait, Nicole.
you're telling me you have never seen
Do it,
Splash?
Brandon.
No,
Splash?
Apollo 13.
Apollo
You've seen
13?
Apollo
No,
13.
I don't
You've
like this
seen
game
Apollo
show.
13.
I don't like this game
With
show.
Kevin
No, no.
Bacon and,
I don't like this game
No.
show.
Connor says no.
No.
Connor says
Yeah,
no.
this
Lady
is part of
Killer?
what the show is figuring out what the show isn't.
Okay.
Money
So
Pit.
it's not meeting
Turner
somebody
and
who's seen the lead.
Hooch.
Turner and Hooch.
No, but I know there's a big dog.
Yeah.
She knows.
She knows.
I know. I've seen the
She knows.
covers of like the VHSs.
I would be
Nicole,
blown
Nicole,
away.
Nicole, you know how you're so good at podcasts and you make so much money making podcasts? Do you want to make more money?
Yes.
You should do a podcast where you just watch all the Tom Hanks
Oh
movies.
no, I'm tired. Oh, that's so much.
But you should do that, right?
Okay, do you
Okay.
want to do it with me?
Sure.
Okay, who do we call?
Now,
This is a headgum podcast.
now, Nicole,
Yes.
the episode that when I interviewed you for Dead Eyes, we actually held on to your interview for a long time because normally I can find a Tom Hanks connection or a Band of Brothers connection. And you had this great story that then we were like, oh, eventually we have to use this for an episode that's just about commercials. But we couldn't really fit it in the first couple seasons because we had like other stuff that kept like bumping it. And I think, and you had this great story about being fired from a commercial for Belvita,
Belvita
Breakfast
biscuits.
Yeah. Yep.
and I vowed, and I've kept this vow. I have not purchased. I hadn't purchased one
Same.
before.
Thank you.
But I feel like I've been very good about spreading the word, and I feel like we have people here tonight
About Belvita?
about Belvita.
Okay.
Belvita fired her on the set,
Yeah.
sent her home.
What?
Yeah.
Belvita
Yeah.
breakfast biscuits.
Oh, I listened to the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why are you asking me?
Because in my head, it couldn't be Belvita because it's Velveeta.
Right.
So
It's a
Right.
crazy name.
Yeah.
Belvita's the one
Belvita.
starts with a B and then has a big V in the middle.
It's crazy. It's a the name's not
The
right.
worst
It's a
name for
terrible
anything.
It's a
name.
terrible
It's a
name.
terrible
It's a
name.
terrible
It's terrible.
product.
It's the worst
Actually, the
of all.
product, not
It's
bad.
really
Really?
good.
Not
They're
bad?
It's really good.
tasty.
Okay.
They're crispy
They're
as hell.
sweet.
Really?
Yeah,
But-
it's like a
Like
Biscoff
digestive.
cookie.
You've had
Right.
one
Oh, I love
on
a
a
Biscoff.
plane.
I've never.
No, that's Biscoff.
Oh, then I don't
Those
know.
are
about
great. By the way, you ever have one of those and put a little water in your mouth?
What do you
Biscoff.
Game changer.
Wow.
Water in your mouth?
You know, so
Well,
I have
you
a
have
similar
to to
thing
get
where
the
like
moisture
I like
back
to
in.
suck the sauce from a DiGiorno.
DiGiorno?
Yeah, like that's a
It's not
different
delivery?
product. It's not
Right.
Wait,
delivery.
this sounds kinky. You're sucking sauce from pizza.
Yeah, you cut the. It's like
Do you eat it?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I do because like DiGiorno's not a food, right? But it is
Right.
my
It's
favorite.
delivery.
It's my favorite. Yeah, exactly. And I'll like bite into it and I'll suck the sauce out from underneath the cheese.
Right.
You're
I am very ready to fuck tonight, by the way.
I think they are too.
What
Okay,
if Tom
cool.
Hanks stood up then?
I know. And everyone cheered. Yeah, no.
That
Anyway,
thing
so
you
anyway,
do?
going back to like.
Oh, you've seen
yeah,
that thing you do? We love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay.
Doing that
Good
thing
thing
you
you
do, breaking my heart into
into
a million pieces. There you go. You even know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know all the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that hot man's in it. What's his name?
Hot man.
Jonathan Shack.
No.
Oh.
Shades.
Steve's on.
No.
on.
No, the other hot man.
Thomas with 3 names.
Who's the lead?
You know Tom Hanks? He's not the lead, and we all know that.
He wrote it and directed it.
The gentleman with shades. The guy
Shades.
from
What's his
Shades.
name?
And he was
Tom
in the
Everett Scott.
Yes,
Scott.
Tom Everett Scott.
Yeah.
He is
Ooh,
so cute.
damn.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes, Daddy. I
And-
love him.
And Liv
Yeah.
Tyler.
And Liv Tyler.
Oh, she's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor, do you like this?
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. But Nicole, to be clear, the Belvita boycott is still on, yes?
Oh, yes. I
Forever.
will not purchase their products.
Right.
Wow.
And I think if we can make one bit of difference tonight, it's that everyone in this theater will take the pledge.
Yeah.
I will never
Sure.
buy Belvita.
Make a B with your fingers, everybody.
Again.
Make a B.
Make
Make
a
a
B.
B with your fingers.
Yeah.
I will never.
Never.
That is no joke. The white power
Oh my
signal.
God, Jesus.
'Capital B,
100%.
a capital B, a
Yeah.
capital B.
It used to be that what you'd say if you wanted to say something was okay.
You're not allowed to do it anymore.
I won't do it.
And that's on me.
Right.
God, and you look
Wait.
right at me, right at my Jewish soul when you did it.
I don't want to play this game.
All right, but the pledge we just need a different gesture, just a non-hateful gesture.
What? B in sign language.
What?
Wait, why is that the white power sign?
Because they're trying-
Is there someone here who's part of the
I hope
power?
nobody knows.
Yeah. What if that's when Tom Hanks stood up?
I say.
I'm not sure, but I think they started using it because it's a common gesture that everyone was using, so they've like taken it from everybody.
They're the worst.
But yeah. Well, we've taken a clear stand against them
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. So we know we don't like people that are into white power and Belvita.
Yeah. And I wasn't intending to go that hard with the boycott. I was just saying, like, don't buy their products because they fired Nicole from the commercial. I kind of feel like I need to apologize for accidentally associating
Yeah, we
the
did.
brand
We went
with
too far.
something that I
No, this is part of my plan.
All right, we're back in it.
Ruin Velveeta.
We're back in it.
Con,
Yeah.
while we're addressing the audience, can I ask the audience a couple of questions about the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I am wondering two things. You can raise your hand for either one, but let me say them first, I guess. Who listened to it in real time and who listened to it like binge listen? Okay.
Man,
so,
you gotta do applause, Darce.
not because this is an audible.
Because we can't
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Okay. Applause if you listen to it in real time. Cool. Applause if you binged it. Cool. Interesting. Okay.
Now,
Now, I-
applause if you've only listened to one or fewer episodes.
yeah. Okay, you have so much to look forward to.
Oh.
Actually, it's okay. We're not here
No,
to
it's
shit.
nice. You're gonna learn all
You
about
guys,
it today.
it's the
Nice.
best podcast. You have so much to look forward to. It's
Yeah.
so fun to binge. It is so well done and smart and beautiful. And you
Yeah.
might cry and you'll laugh.
I
Yeah.
did cry.
I cried so much, Ben.
I know, so good.
I think a lot of that had to do with the time we're living through.
Were you?
Like, I do believe that for the emotional power that's at the end, it's also like coming at the end of a pretty devastating 2-year time period.
Huh? I don't
You know?
What do you mean?
A few things in the world.
Do you remember, Con, after the after I almost just said the finale and that's
Well,
fun.
no, season finale.
Yeah, okay. The
Season
season
finale.
finale after it came out, and I sent you a video just telling you how proud I was of you, and then I started fully sobbing.
Yeah, it was a Marco Polo
Yeah.
that where you were just like tears streaming down your face. Yeah.
Because it really makes you feel something. Okay, I have
Yeah.
another question. By a show of by applause, who has never seen Connor's face before?
Whoa.
Great.
They were
Great.
fearful to
Because
clap.
I was wondering.
Like they were like, what does this mean
I guess
for
I'm
me?
just curious who
Well, because
only knows
in the very
your voice.
first episode, Zach Woods also describes you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess people. I mean, if they haven't seen you on TV or on stage, they would have at least looked at a picture of you. But we. Podcasts are so interesting, right? Because we know you so well. Like we
Right.
know your voice. We've heard you talk for what in my mind is hundreds of hours. I know it's not that. I know it's not
It's a lot.
hundreds. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But we get it's really intimate, and we get to know. Like you're in our ears
Yeah.
for
And
hours. and
how
hours.
anticlimactic it must be for those people when the curtains open and they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right. Yeah.
You're just sitting there like this.
Just a guy on a couch with 4 empty chairs, and
Get
they're
this
like,
guy out. Let's start
he
the
seems
fucking
less
show.
than somehow.
Yeah.
Why
Because
is
it is
he sitting in the
when the
middle?
stage picture is a man in the middle and the other chairs are empty, even though we know the chairs will be filled, the first impression is like, that man does not fill those seats.
That's right.
I
He
thought
is
it
less
was
than that.
dramatic.
It
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It happened. I went, ooh.
We did.
Yeah.
We were watching
We
on
were
video.
we were
backstage.
watching on video backstage.
On
and
video.
it's-
We were
it's-
watching on
on
video.
video. On VHS.
We were watching
Watching
on
on
video.
So one of the things, and now we've sort of teed up. First of all, we should figure out. Look to your left. Look to your right. Is Tom, and this is a terrible ambush if he is here just trying to quietly enjoy something in a building named after typewriters.
I don't see him.
You're
guys.
ruining the experience. We're all ruining the experience for him right now, but it would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't think he's here. No one can confirm. Can you confirm that the people to either side of you are not
not.
Tom Hanks?
Yes. Thomas?
Thomas.
Tom Hanks says what?
All right, now let me ask this, because here's the thing. This version of the live show where I talk, like, going forward, the Tom Hanks stuff will only come up if there's a particular reason. But I'm not going to start like a Tom Hanks, like, obsessive fan podcast. It's sort of like, it's going to fade. You know, it's like how Spider-Man,
He doesn't spend all his time talking about his dead uncle.
No, but it's the
You know?
driving force of why he
But
does
it's
it.
like,
why-
it's,
yeah.
you know why he's doing it,
Right.
but he's not always like talking to the Avengers about, my uncle's not here anymore.
That's
Right.
so
So is Tom Hanks your Uncle Ben?
Oh,
A little bit, in the sense that it's like, we're now going to move, my idea is that we now move that to origin story status, where it's there, but it's not central, and I don't need to make everything about Tom Hanks anymore. But tonight is the only chance to do some of the things that I wanted to do. So I have some Tom Hanks prizes for the audience.
Ooh.
I have some Tom Hanks things. And these are 2 Chuck Nolan Funko Pop. Chuck Nolan's the main character in Castaway. One of them is Chuck Nolan and Wilson.
I thought Chuck maybe invented these thingies. I don't know what these are either. What are those?
These are Funko Pops.
That didn't help.
You might. You
It
might
is like-
have
it's
one
like-
of these of
Probably
you.
are
I
one,
bet
Nicole.
you have one of these of you.
Of me?
Yeah, you're
a
an
character.
enormous
Yeah.
celebrity.
I'm mildly successful. I
No.
don't think I have
at
one.
some point-
In my mind, and
There-
my sister's mind, you're a fucking global superstar.
Oh,
You,
that's
you
very
should
kind.
brace yourself for the fact that at some point someone is going to come to you and say, you need to sign
sign
these
my
so they
Funko
can make a Funko Pop of you.
Oh.
And that's
Grand-
what they'll mean, is a little toy thing.
Season 5 Grand Crew. You guys will all get Funko
Yeah,
Pops.
the Grand Crew will all have.
Alright.
This is Chuck Nolan without Wilson, and it's a Target exclusive.
It's in a nice case too. You
Yeah.
put it in a nice case.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do we
Yeah.
play with them or do they stay in the box?
Who
Great
plays
question.
with their Funko Pops?
You?
Mine's out. My nieces play with it.
You're,
Oh yeah, there's a Funko Pop of Janet from The Good Place.
Stop pointing at
Ooh,
me.
that's
Me?
fun.
It is funny if you don't know what a Funko Pop is and someone says this is a Funko Pop.
Yeah, it's a big
It does
swing.
sound like the future language of like Clockwork Orange or something. where
If
it's
you knew
like,
how many, there are, I mean, thousands and thousands of these. Of any TV show you can think of
Yeah.
has them.
Oh, really? Are
Yeah.
you a Funko Pop?
I have a couple Funko
Oh, that's
Pops.
fun.
But only as a human one. Only as a human one. The other is like
Oh.
hedgehogs and stuff.
I was like, what else are you? I forgot you're my favorite character of all time, Sonic. I love Sonic.
But like the Good Place has.
Yeah.
Nicole loves Sonic.
Nicole loves
You do
Sonic.
love
Nicole
Sonic.
fucking loves Sonic.
I interviewed Tika Sumpner on Why Won't You Date Me, and I cried talking to her about Sonic.
Really?
And then I cried
Why
during
you never
therapy
talked to
about
me
Sonic.
about it?
I don't know.
Nicole,
You've
Nicole,
never said a word to me.
Nicole, is there anything you would like to ask Sonic about right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could ask-
well,
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna turn
Is
away.
Sonic here?
Yes.
All right,
Okay,
yeah.
so I can
wait,
really
can
get
you
my
give me?
Sonic
Can you give me?
experience.
I will 100% become Sonic for you. But can you tell me what the? This isn't a bit. You truly love the movie.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
What
ask
is-
you
what
a
is it
question,
about
and
it?
you're gonna be in character.
What is it about it?
Okay.
And tell me what is about the movie. Then
Okay.
I will 100% talk to you, Sonic, for as long as you want.
I have ADHD. I
Of
move
course we
very
all do.
fast, and then sometimes I feel like I move too fast to make real connections.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
I just love my Sonic. Like, he just like wanted a friend and then got a friend, and I'm crying now. I love Sonic. I cried 3 times during the first one. And then I was at home, and then I just started it over again and watched it for a second time immediately. And then the second one, I dragged a friend with me, and I cried during that one too. I cried twice.
Oh.
Do
you remember what moment made you cry?
No, I have ADHD.
She already said
I
that.
just like grabbed the big
I would
things,
love
was,
to
like,
talk
crying.
to Sonic to you. Go, turn around.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wait, let me drink water. If not, my voice
I can't wait to
stops
hear
working.
the accent.
You guys, this is what the show is now.
Yeah. This is what it is.
We figured it out.
We figured it out.
You weren't sure what it was going to be after
Yeah,
Tom Hanks.
yeah, it
And
really
here
wasn't.
it
but-
is. It's Sonic.
God, I hope that you cry in real time. All right, ready.
Okay, Sonic, how did it feel when you finally got a friend?
You know what? Finally what?
When you finally got a friend.
First of all, Nicole, I wanted to say hi, okay? I think you're so cool. I love your heart. You're a heart-forward person, and I understand it. I get it. I mean, listen, I came to this world all by myself, and I didn't have anybody to hang out with. And I keep moving fast, and I keep wanting to do things all the time. My brain and my body wants to go so fast, just like yours. But this is what happened. When I finally found my friend in Tom, in the Donut Lord, I felt like I could just be myself and share myself and show my failures and show my triumphs, and I finally had someone to be with.
I loved it. I really wish I turned around and magically you
I
were
was
wearing a costume.
And that was it.
You're like, I'm here.
That ruled.
That was awesome.
That
Wow.
This is what the
ruled.
show is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something there. There's something there. All right, so I'm going to ask the question. If there's anyone in the audience who has had a real life encounter with Tom Hanks, and we'll see. Oh, we got
More than one
two.
hand. We have 3 hands. We
Three.
have 4 hands. We
It's
have
like
4
an auction.
hands.
Okay, we're gonna get to
We
everybody.
have 5 hands.
All right, this is Harry Nelson, one of the producers of Dead Eyes.
Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
You've done such a good job, Harry. We love you.
Harry is one of the people, for those of you who have enjoyed listening to it because of its high quality, Harry and Mike and Jordan are the producers, and they're the ones who kept it from being just an interesting bag of trash.
It's so high quality, Harry. Sing for us.
Harry did great.
Yes,
Here-
sing for us.
All right, Harry's gonna get the microphone
Sing
to you.
for us, Harry.
Hi, what's your name? You don't have to stand if you don't want to, but
But
you can.
But he
You
can.
want
to. What are you doing?
You can.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Be
I'm gonna
proud.
stand. My name's Ian. Nice to meet
Hi,
you guys.
Ian.
Hi,
Hello,
Ian.
hello.
Hi, Ian.
So when I was in college, I was doing theater at UCLA, and Tom Hanks was related to the board somehow. So him, William Shatner, Martin Short, and a whole host of other people did "You Can't Take It With You."
Oh my God.
They did a reading of it,
Oh my God.
and so they had all probably gotten there like 6 hours before. William Shatner was in like Birkenstocks and socks, and they were like, let's try it. They read it once and they did it, and Martin Short was like fucking around the whole time he was the dad, and Tom Hanks came out halfway through and plays like the Russian ballet teacher, right? Which is hilarious because he's wearing a Russian hat and he's doing a huge accent, and halfway through the show, Martin Short pulls a chair out for the Tsar of Russia. If anyone knows, You Can't Take It With You, or the Tsaress. And Tom Hanks, in real time, makes this choice because he's Russian and no one's going to touch anything that she touches but him, that he starts wrestling Martin Short for the chair. And all of a sudden, in real time, they wrestle so much that Martin Short takes it, or Tom Hanks takes it from him, runs to the front of the stage, and just throws the chair off the stage, like to there, right? Like right next to the audience. And then they do it with all the fucking chairs on stage. Finish the reading, and at the very end, if You Can't Take It With You, everyone sits around the table. So like an hour later, they finish and they all turn to go see the table and realize that bit from an hour ago like fucked them. And Tom Hanks, without missing a beat, just starts, and he's a big guy, so he's got a really long stride. He fucking jumps like 6 feet off the edge of the stage and just starts hucking chairs back up to Martin Short. And everyone in the theater was on their feet in applause. 3 years later,
Oh, there's more.
I was just out of college and I did background on the Disney movie where he's Disney. What is
Saving
it?
Mr. Banks?
Thank you.
Yeah. Nicole, have you seen it?
No.
All right.
I was so close. And we were all on Disney Avenue.
Yeah.
He got the entire cast and crew
Dopey
to,
Drive.
to stop and sing this 8-year-old girl happy birthday. And then I went up to him and I got to tell him that story. And just like you would expect Tom Hanks to do, he was like, oh, no, thank you, and shook my hand and like really connected, and it fucking rocked.
Wow, that
That's
rules.
a cool story. Also,
That rules.
you told that story really, really well.
You told
Yeah.
the story
That was
so
well
well.
done.
Tells
That
it
was
at
lovely.
parties.
You're-
Yeah.
That's a party
Yeah.
story.
Now, I got a question for you. Do you prefer Chuck Noland with or without Wilson?
With Wilson.
All right.
Wilson.
All right.
Come up to the front of the stage, doll.
Oh.
Okay.
Boss. By the way, are you going to have enough presents for as many people as can
I
do this?
think, yeah.
Okay.
I'll figure out a way.
Wow, that was a great story.
I think I have 4 prizes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think there were 4 stories. Am I correct?
There
Did I
might
miss
have been
count?
5,
That's
but
very
that's
cool.
part of the
Well, we'll
lottery
figure out
of life.
something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to that second story. There was
Hi.
another one.
Yeah, hi.
Where?
What the hell?
Here. Hi.
Okay.
Hey, I don't need to stand. Hi, I'm Evan.
Hi,
Hi,
Evan.
Evan.
Hi, Evan.
Hi.
Evan, good,
he's
good
choosing
voiceover
not-
Great
voice. Evan.
voice. Yeah.
Great voice.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm on
Hi.
like a theme park
Hi.
ride.
I actually know Richie Moriarty really well from back in Boston.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, say hi from me.
I will absolutely do that.
What the
I'll-
fuck is
Evan.
going on?
But that's not this. So I met Tom Hanks when I was about 8 years old, and I was skiing with my family in Idaho, and my father, they kept Sun Valley. We were up there, and like a lot of
Rich
celebrities.
boy.
Yeah, rich Hawaii, where Seattleites go to ski. And like we drove out there, and he kept challenging me to like talk to celebrities who we saw, because I was 8 and would talk to anybody. And I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger and followed him to a bathroom and like watched him pee, and then followed him to his car and was like trying to get his autograph, and then he was surrounded by
Wait,
bodyguards.
I'm sorry. Alone?
Yeah.
At 8 years old?
Yeah.
Your family was
Wow.
like,
Wow, normally
goodbye?
that's reversed.
Yeah, it was very weird. It's true.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
good.
finally, Tom walks by, and my dad's like, "That's Tom Hanks," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "So go get his autograph." And so he sends me over, and Tom is carrying, I think, all the skis for his entire family. And I walk up and I go, "Hey, Mr. Hanks," and he looks down and he goes, "Can I have your autograph?" And he looks me in the eye and says, "It's kind of an awkward time," but then puts everything down. And then like you know how hard
the
that is.
nicest
and like
person in
and
the
then
world.
signs the autograph book, you know, gives it back, picks it all back up again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just and like I was so young and I didn't know why I was being sent to do this stuff, and my dad was just laughing his ass off in the background. Because he saw it all happen and was like, "You harassed that poor man on my command." And yeah, I did.
That's really cool.
Amazing.
You saw
That's
Arnold
really cool.
Schwarzenegger's wiener.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right, you don't get a choice. You get Chuck Noland with no Wilson. He's speared a little crustacean, I think, there.
Crustacean.
Crustacean?
Crustacean.
All right.
Oh.
Crustacean.
All right,
Little Mermaid.
Crab.
let's
go.
get to
Yeah.
that third story. Where's the story number 3 at?
They're all within 1 foot of each
Yeah,
other.
it's kinda
Oh,
Yeah.
wild.
Tom Hanks fan club. I love it. Ooh. ladies.
Literally, there's one woman in between these 3 people. I know. Blondie, do you have a story? What the hell?
I don't even know who Tom Hanks is.
Wait, first off, Connor, hi, it's Allison Hayslip.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
I know, in person.
In person,
finally.
yes.
I'm
Connor
gonna guess
and
these
I
are
met, like,
what-
a year ago.
what the
What is
fuck is
this?
Are
happening?
these Twitter
Yeah.
friends?
Explain yourself, Connor.
Social media?
Also, great voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone is doing very well with the voice work tonight.
Yeah.
No, we've interacted on social media, but never in real life. I
Yes.
didn't think this would be the way we'd say
I
hello.
know, exactly. We
I
have
did.
mutual friend, also guest on the podcast, Jonathan Fernandez, which is
Love
how,
Yes.
Fernandez. God, I was
this
just
is
thinking
how
about
he and I
him.
Yeah,
met.
we were all on a sketch team with him.
Exactly, which I told Jonathan about the podcast, and he was like, "Oh, that's my friend Connor." And I said, "What?" And then I was staying with Jonathan and Lauren at the time, and Jonathan handed me his phone, and I just texted Connor for 2 hours about the podcast.
Yeah.
Meet
Now none of
cute
this,
and then
none of this
meet
is going to get you a
cute.
prize, though.
Yeah, sorry. This is not about none of that has.
None of this makes you
okay,
eligible
but I
for.
did message you this once where I was like, I have to tell you about the time that Tom Hanks was involved in the worst night of my professional life.
Oh wow.
I know
Bad
this is
Hanks.
not.
Well,
a good
now
story.
you're
Naughty
speaking my
Hanks.
language.
Oh, you love him. You
Here we
love him.
are.
So I'm an actress and a host, and this was in, I believe it's 2012, and you'll understand why the year is important. I had been hired to do all this like backstage hosting for the Grammys, and I was going to. There's this big party the night before the Grammys. I'm spacing on the guy's name, but what?
Clive Davis.
Thank you. There you go.
That's really cool.
I was like,
Kiss.
someone here will know it. So Clive Davis has this huge party the night before the Grammys that no one is allowed into unless you're a guest. And because I was working for the Grammys, I was going to be the only media outlet allowed in this party. Well, I'm driving up to the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is where this is taking place. Sorry, no, the Beverly Hills Hilton, the Hilton. And all these ambulances start driving by me, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And I get a call from my producers, and they're like, something's going on, still show up. And as I'm pulling into the valet, it's when we find out that Whitney Houston died in the hotel. Yeah, yes. And I'm sitting there going, okay, well, everything's canceled. Obviously, we are not doing this. And then it was like, nope, everything. It was a moment where no one knew how to properly react to anything.
Right.
So everything was still on, but everything was very, very weird. And all of a sudden, I'm thrown into this party where we were live streaming, and I had to interview all of these massive music acts and all these celebrities in this party, and I was told specifically to keep it light and fun, but also you have to talk about what happened tonight. And I was like, no one was equipped for this. And every interview I did was the most awkward interview. It was like, what do you like for the Grammys? Are you having fun? Also, we have to talk about Whitney Houston. It was awful. But that was the night I interviewed Tom Hanks. And I just remember being like, oh, I finally get to interview this icon. And I went up to talk to him, and he was the only person in that entire party who handled the evening right. He knew we were live streaming, and I was interviewing, and I'm almost positive that he's the one who brought up Whitney, and he talked about it in such a compassionate and lovely way. And I just remember walking away from that interview and being like, that's why he's Tom Hanks. Like, it was just, he was like the saving grace in what was literally the worst night of my professional career. Yeah.
Damn.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Fucking rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like church
The way
vibes.
she started it was like, he's the reason he's
Yeah, you told
he's
that story
part of
really
the
well.
worst
Yeah.
night of my life.
Yeah, I
And
thought
then,
he like slapped you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Also, Brandon, you have just fully turned into like the American Idol judge who always says the same thing.
You told that story really well, dog.
You told that story really well.
You got the hat, always wears the backwards hat.
You told that story really well.
You told that story
you're going
really
to
well.
Hollywood.
told that story really well.
All right. You got my vote.
All right, I have 2 prizes left. One of them is easy to get. The other one's a little more difficult to get.
One of them is just a copy of the book Band of Brothers by Stephen E. Ambrose.
And the other is one of the few pieces of Band of Brothers merch.
Whoa.
This is a GMC troop carrier. It's like pewter. It's a little Band of Brothers toy.
You could paint it.
You know, you could paint it. You can paint pewter.
You can paint pewter.
You can paint pewter.
My mom and my brother and I used to do that.
You and your brother and mother used to paint
My
pewter?
mom and my brother used to paint little pewter guys.
Pewter guys.
We called them pewter guys. They were like little Vikings and stuff.
Yeah?
With the Joker, like from Batman.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
like painting a Joker.
Yeah,
Ben, Nicole, you ever paint pewter?
No. I don't think I have.
No? All right.
We'd paint our little pewter guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what is pewter? Pewter is that metal?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
metal.
Pewter is like...
It's a
I don't want to
Not
open it
precious
and
metal,
make it not mint just in case you want.
No,
it.
that box has fallen apart like 12 times
Of
since
course.
I got it.
Of
Ben,
course.
kiss the box.
Kiss the box.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
kiss
wait,
the
let's
box.
ask. Do you want? Yep. Okay.
Oh,
You-
I'm sorry.
well, she-
Not if nobody does it.
Ben's DNA on
Yeah, kiss it.
And this is COVID friendly.
The box.
Well,
Well,
Yes.
you're negative, baby.
Show it to Nicole as well.
Kiss the box, Nicole.
Do I have to kiss it?
You don't have to.
Kiss it, Nicole.
Oh, how
Connor.
nice. Well, now I feel like we all should.
Yeah, we should all kiss it.
I'll kiss the box.
Kiss
Now
the
this really
box.
is like.
Kiss the.
All right. Now I feel like.
Harry.
Harry.
the box.
Kiss the
Harry.
fucking box, Harry.
Kiss the box. Take
God,
off
this
your
is
little
literally
mask.
how. This is
Wow.
literally how.
Harry,
you
you
get
kissed
COVID.
that box really well.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're sick.
God
Sick
damn, I
fucker.
can't stop thinking about Harry kissing that goddamn box.
I know.
Sing for us, Harry.
No.
All
Okay,
right.
we have a.
There's
How
only
many-
one more prize.
Only one more prize. Oh, well, no, there might be 2 more prizes.
Oh.
Patrick is gonna dance. Where's Patrick? He'll dance for you. Nope, he doesn't
That's
want
one of the prizes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the next story?
It's here. It's behind this man.
Hi.
Hi.
Another great
Another
voice.
great-
VO.
That's a great one.
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody's doing VO.
Everybody's doing such great stories that I'm gonna truncate mine.
Okay.
Episode 24.
What do you mean?
What's
What do you
that?
mean? What's that
Yeah.
mean?
Were you on episode 24 of Dead Eyes?
Yeah, I was.
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on. Who are you?
Is this
24.
Craig?
Let's
Yeah.
think.
Hi,
Craig? Oh,
Connor.
yeah. The
Hi.
Colonel. The Colonel. Colonel Sanders is here.
Colonel Sanders.
That's
Yes.
a great
Hello,
episode.
Craig.
A great episode. Kind of a bottle episode in a way. You know? Yes.
Have you guys ever met in real life?
Never in real life.
Oh.
Never in real life. Only
Great
virtually.
episode.
Through Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Colonel with the I had the time of my life. The Swayze Colonel.
Yeah, the value sways.
The value Swayze. Yes.
Which, by the way, there are 2 things that I got from our talk
Yes.
that are amazing, and all the other stuff is even beyond that. One was the value Swayze, which I get called a lot at home.
It's a great nickname.
And the other was I have a new spirit animal because of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you talking to me or Sonic?
No, it's not. But it's close. I used to think I was the playful otter.
Yeah.
But then after a friendly jibe during our talk, where you told me that I probably left every one of my jobs before they fired me, it occurred to me, yeah, I've had a lot of jobs. And so now I think of myself more as a cranky hummingbird.
That's beautiful, Craig.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for that, Connor.
Well, no, thank you for sharing that.
You don't seem cranky at all, doll.
Oh, I can be. Yeah,
You can be. Yeah.
I see that.
yeah. But the story is very simple. You asked if I'd ever run into Tom Hanks, and the answer was yes, actually, physically, viscerally. I used to work for Walt Disney Imagineering, and I used to hide out over at the studio. We were in Glendale, and I'd go over to the studio to pretend to be important. And I would always be late going back to my office, and one day I just tore around a corner, and it was near his office, and I crashed right into him. I mean, I'm a slight guy, so he didn't move. I think I might have bounced back a few feet. And this is pre-Woody, but he did the whole Woody live, hey, it's okay, don't, it's all right. And that's not a Woody impersonation, by the way, because I've never seen the movie either.
Toy Story. You never seen Toy
You've
Story?
never seen Toy Story?
So
I've
many
seen
of
the
them.
first one. I haven't seen beyond it. Though.
Oh, there's
I'm
like-
sorry,
voice.
Tom. I'm sorry.
Craig, you got to see the second one, but also I should warn you, you're gonna cry.
I cried today, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why did you cry today?
Yeah.
Because I'm substituting K through 12.
God bless.
Oh.
God bless.
Well, Craig, do you own a copy of the book?
I
Band of
don't,
Brothers?
and that's I wanted this specifically.
Pass it over.
Wait, may I ask you a question about Imagineering?
Yeah, sure.
How many years were you doing it?
I did it for 6 years, 5 of which were in Paris.
Oh, so in Disney Paris, did you get to help out with building any of the rides, or?
I was the head writer for the creation of the project, so I had to stave off the French language police, and which was not easy to do.
No.
No.
It's a tough language.
It is, and I didn't speak it when they sent me over.
Do you
and
speak
I
it
said,
now?
I'm the-
Now, bonjour.
Nice.
Bonjour, ça va?
I think I.
Back then, I told them when they promoted me to head writer for Disneyland Paris, Euro Disneyland at the time, I said, I don't speak French. And they said, we're Disney. However, the very first script that I was responsible for having translated, the first line, I don't know if you've ever been on Star Tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been on it.
The second scene is the Droid Gnostic Center. And there's a little droid, and he powers up, and he says, wow, these shutdown breaks are getting far too short. And then he just is this long pattern, and then he powers down again. So my associate translated that line in French to, these brakes, as in a car, for shutting down are getting far too short, as in, length as opposed to duration. One sentence, and I went to my boss, I said, we're screwed. I'm responsible for this, and I have no French. And they said, okay, there's a 3-week immersion course. You get 2 weeks.
Got it.
So I built on that.
There you go.
Can you speak a little French now?
Oui.
We.
Wonderful.
Bonjour.
I have 7th graders who are always saying, Monsieur Fleming. No, they don't say it like that, but they say, speak French.
Look at Harry.
Yeah.
Yay.
You speak French?
No. I'm trying. Yeah.
Let's go one by one and ask who speaks
Yeah, who
French.
speaks French in here?
I have a.
J'ai vécu à Paris quelques ans et maintenant je ne parle pas parce
Here's
que
the thing, you could be making shit up, and I would never know.
Yay.
So my story is better in episode 24, The Colonels.
Listen to it.
On Connor's
Great.
fantastic.
In
Great
most
app.
of the past.
Nice to meet you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Nice to meet you, Craig.
Very nice to meet you in person.
Tony Baxter. Tony Baxter invented Star Tours, I think.
What?
I've met Tony. Tony is an Imagineer as well.
He was my boss.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do love the concept of Imagineers at Disney just being like, we're fucking screwed! And they're just like all sweating bullets. Like doing the blow.
We're not going to be able to imagine our way out of this one.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we're staying late tonight.
All right, start imagining. Start now.
Where do dreams come from? Come on.
Anybody seeing a star?
Wish upon a what? Wish upon a
Wish upon
peanut.
a
Wish
something.
upon a.
No, when? When is the question we should be asking? When you wish. When you wish upon a star. When you wish upon
Yeah, but what happens after that?
One thing at a time.
I gotta call my wife.
Harry, was there a fifth story? A fifth story with no promise of a prize?
No promise of a
No promise of a prize.
Well, we'll find something. You said there's one
yes,
more. We'll find
yes,
something.
yes.
Yeah.
Harry?
Oh, Harry found a 6th story.
Oh, Harry, what are you doing to me? Harry, are you refusing to come up to the front until we...
I think he found one back
You
there.
found
found
something
one back there. Okay.
Yeah, someone's got a mic.
All right.
Wait.
Back
In
corner.
the darkness. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I participated in a reading of a Shakespeare play. It was a benefit reading that Tom was involved in. So it was 12th Night. And it was a theater company that I belonged to. And they got the members of the theater companies to play like servant number 1, servant number 2, messenger number 5, etc. And Tom Hanks chose to play the role of Andrew Aguchick in 12th Night as Bob Evans, as Robert Evans, the
Oh, great.
Hollywood producer, which was absolutely incredible.
Wow.
And he was lovely throughout and took the time to talk to all of us little actors and make us feel like we were part of the big celebrity company. Weeks later, Rita Wilson, his wife, also was a participant and chaired the event. And she wrote like a nice little typewritten little thank you letter. Thank you for participating in the show and thank you for playing servant number 2. And Tom hand wrote in the margins, next time I get to play servant number 2, which I always thought that was lovely. So that's my Tom Hanks story.
Love
That's
it.
a great.
Rocks. This guy rocks.
He really does.
All right.
What's that?
That's a book. It's my book.
Don't give it away.
Wait,
Come
that's
on.
your
I gotta give it
personal
away.
book?
What?
That's your personal book?
Yeah, it's this book that came out called Everything I Learned in Life I Learned from Tom Hanks. Hold on. I just want to make sure I don't have anything in it.
Did you read it?
I read through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
$1,000 in it.
Yeah, exactly. A
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Harold.
Yeah, so we give that. But now I gotta think what I got for this.
Well, let's hear the
person
story.
in front.
The
Yeah.
story's amazing.
Yeah.
One over here, Harry.
And well told.
Harry.
Yes.
How are you doing? Great.
You're doing really
You're doing great, Harry.
You already gave me a prize. I was the chick on the Joko cruise. I just wanted to say
Whoa.
hi.
Oh my.
You're the what?
Hi.
I was the
Wait,
jury.
that's
You were the jury person?
I was the
Oh
jury.
my
Wow.
Jury!
Oh,
Jury.
Jerry Springer. Jury.
Jury.
Like Steve Wilco comes out.
So many celebrities in the audience today.
Awesome.
I loved it.
Also, great voice.
Thank you.
It's kind of crazy.
How cool is that? By the way, so we weren't there. How was his live show? How was his other live show on the cruise?
Oh, he was wonderful.
It was
That's why I'm
wonderful.
here now.
That's right.
Oh,
Where were
yeah.
you cruising to?
The Bahamas? Where did we go?
Just around.
Somewhere drop.
Just around.
I mean, like, that's what it was. Like, I joined the cruise halfway through. I got on the boat in St. Croix, and I was the only person getting on the boat.
Yeah.
Everyone else was, like, getting off for, like, a day trip at an excursion. It feels very weird to be getting on a boat that everyone else is getting off of, because you feel like there's
sure.
like, it
Something's
just
wrong.
goes against, like, nature. Like, everyone's fleeing. Why am I
Yeah.
getting on this boat? I mean, they weren't running off the boat, but...
Of course not.
Should I tell you about the first time I met Tom Hanks?
Yeah, but I don't have a prize for you, Darcy.
Wait, what was your prize for the jury when you got it for the? What was your prize when he saw you in the live show?
It was a Chuck Nolan bobble.
Yeah, it was a Funko Pop.
Guys,
It was a
you're
Funko
really,
Pop.
you're really leaning on these Chuck Nolan bobbles.
Well, the thing is, you go to eBay, you go to like, what's the lowest Tom Hanks Funko Pop, and there's a lot of those Chuck Nolans.
Sure.
Here's another thing. I'll confess this, and I think there might be a photo of this somewhere on social media. In my planning for what the Dead Eyes Live 2020 shows were going to be, I started justifying there's a lot of Tom Hanks Funko Pops. And I started buying them thinking this will be the set that I'll carry around with me. This will be like the set dressing. It's an insane, like, if Tom Hanks had seen what my apartment looks like now, he would never have agreed to talk to me.
How many do you think you have roughly?
I want to say 30, but it doesn't.
That's not that bad.
It, when you see them, though.
Or are they, like,
Because there's like
they're
Josh
out?
Baskin with the piano. There's like Forrest Gump in
From
his
Movie Big.
military outfit. Forrest Gump when he's got his beard. Forrest Gump with a ping pong paddle. There's just, and the only place that they fit is behind my computer, so I stare at them when I'm at my computer. I just pile them up on the wall, and they go up so high that I have no way of, like, if I needed to get one from the top, I would have to bring over a step ladder to get it down.
I
Yeah.
love that for you. I really do.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's funny, but also sometimes I look at it, I think, oh no. Because I really genuinely thought, like, this would be great for the show. But there's no way if I had done shows in 2020, I was going to carry around, it would be more than two full suitcases to get all these. Because you saw what they're not like, they don't squish down or anything. They're,
Yeah, but if you got like a big suitcase, I think you could two of them, and then you
two,
check
I
them.
think it would be three.
Well, you could check them.
Yeah, but then when I show up at the gig and they'd be like, he's got 3 suitcases, and I start opening out, they're all just Tom Hanks Funko Pops. Like, it doesn't look healthy. Like, it looks like a lot of things, but no one's like, that's a healthy man. That guy's got it all figured out. He brought 3 suitcases in. What do they have in them? Just little figurines of Tom Hanks and all the roles he's ever played. And also, I started stretching it. Like I got to a point where I was like, I bought like a Geppetto one, even though it's not the Tom Hanks Geppetto. And I was just like, it counts.
Sure.
It's a Tom.
Sure.
I'm just building up the collection. Like, I need another one.
Sure.
Wait, Pinocchio? Tom Hanks is in Pinocchio?
There's
new
a
version.
new
A new
Pinocchio
one.
coming out.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I'll see that one.
Darcy put me on tape for Jiminy Cricket. I auditioned for
did.
Jiminy Cricket for that.
Did you have to sing for it?
I didn't have to.
Oh.
But you must have.
But you did.
I chose to. No.
Did you go on tape for that?
I didn't. I would have loved to audition for Jiminy Cricket.
And who was it?
Yeah, I kept saying Jimmy Cricket too.
Hey, what's going on? It's me, Jimmy Cricket.
Jimmy Cricket.
But no.
When you wish upon a
Pinocchio,
star.
let me tell you something.
What was it like when you auditioned for Jimmy Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Glicket.
Jiminy Glicket. What was it like when you put yourself on tape for it? Were you
That's
good?
really
That's
good,
really good.
Connor.
That is
I
really
want to
good.
know. I really do want to know what it was like. Let's hear a little bit
Connor.
of Jiminy.
Well, I would
Can you
agree
do
with
other impressions?
No, that's the only one.
That's it? That's the only one?
That's it. That's the only one.
just stealing another
Can you
person's
try
character.
one? Can you try a different one?
Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
Yeah,
This could be a podcast.
And name anything.
Let's just start with a classic one. Can you do it like a Christopher Walken?
I
No,
was
I
thinking.
can't do.
Yeah,
I can't figure out.
try it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Wow, you doing?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, but now do a John Travolta. Because that might
Same
sound
one.
similar.
Hey, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
like
a few things, but I want to hear the Jiminy.
The Jiminy.
Or the Jimmy. Or in your
My Jimmy
interpretation, he
Cricket.
becomes a Jimmy.
He becomes a Jimmy.
A Jimmy Cricket.
I don't remember you. You didn't do too cartoony.
I didn't do
voice.
too.
You
I
played
think I
it
was really
natural.
stressed out. I was
It
doing
was
a
great.
grounded
Did
Let's
they have
hear
you
it.
do it
mumblecore.
live? Like even though it wasn't gonna be your face, did they have you?
Yeah, they had me
record?
do it live. It was really weird. Like they knew it. Like yeah, it
All
was.
right, fuck it. We'll do it live. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
wait, did you do a voice at all or no?
I did. I don't think I
don't
did.
think
I
it's
think.
much of a
What were you
I'm-
saying? What were the lines
Oh
like?
God!
Were
this
you
was
lecturing
this
Pinocchio?
This was pre-COVID, I think. Right?
Were
Or
you-
no, maybe mid-COVID.
Beginning COVID.
Beginning COVID, yeah. I think I was probably doing like a classic like, here's the story of what happens.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
right.
I love it.
And I think I was the breakdown for Jimmy Cricket.
New Yorker, 30s,
New
owns a
Yorker,
pizza shop.
30s, has a hooker girlfriend.
I'd see that movie.
I would too. Yeah, I'll be a conscience, sure.
Meets a wooden boy.
Yeah.
Did you have a good feeling when you put yourself on tape?
No.
He
It
did
was
not.
like honestly, I think most of it was because for I don't know how many people. I have a feeling a lot of people here self-tape, right? But like, you know those moments where you're doing this and you're like, oh, fucking damn it. They don't want, you know what they didn't want me. I mean, they didn't want
We
me.
knew it was going to go to Javier Bardem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
wasn't it? It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right?
That
It
sounds
is Joseph
right.
Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, he's gonna be great.
He's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
He's made for it.
Honestly,
But
I think
also-
that's what I wish my tape was. I was like, you know who you should cast
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Joseph
yeah.
Gordon-Levitt. I'm
But
Brandon
also-
Scott Jones, 5'11".
Thank you for censoring.
But also,
Ready to
let's,
fuck.
5'11" and ready
let's
to
put
fuck.
this idea out in the world, though, that Jimmy Cricket is still up for grabs.
Yes.
No one has played that role.
No one has done that yet.
And I think if you want to get the funding for it, like it's completely your character. No one
yeah.
owns Jimmy Cricket.
Yeah, you're right. No one does own Jimmy.
And
Cricket.
Jiminy's got to be public domain by now.
What?
Jiminy's got to be public.
Oh yeah,
domain.
that's true. Anyone can do Jimmy.
Anyone?
Anyone.
We could be doing it right now. Somebody could CGI this live broadcast.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
we could all be crickets.
I was in a play of Pinocchio.
You
What
were?
did you play?
Who were
Who
you?
did you play?
I played Stromboli. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the very mean puppet owner.
That's right.
Can we talk to Stromboli tonight?
Is he here tonight?
Can Sonic talk to
Sonic,
Stromboli?
talk to Stromboli.
I was in elementary
This is
school.
what the show is from now on. This is what the show is.
This is what the show is. I was in
Sonic.
elementary school, so I'm going back so far.
Wait,
No,
I
but
want to hear.
that's-
What's
it's
the
in
scene?
there.
Do you remember your scene? I would love for you to do the scene.
I'm pretty sure I absolutely do not remember it, Ben.
I'm gonna find it on my phone.
But I think it was basically like introducing
Oh, you emailed me.
Pinocchio.
There's
I
two.
did.
There's two modes. If I recall correctly, Stromboli has two modes. One is that he's very happy with Pinocchio, and the other is he's very unhappy with Pinocchio.
That's right.
He runs hot.
Stromboli he's the man who made Pinocchio?
No, that's Geppetto.
Oh, fuck.
Geppetto wants a child. Geppetto wants a child. He makes one out of wood.
Wait, that's sick.
So no, it's
Maybe
not
I've never
sick.
seen Pinocchio.
It's so sad,
Oh, it's
Nicole.
really- it
it's
gets
so
fucked up, too.
Wait, so
sad.
it's a man who wants a baby.
That's
so
right.
He whittles one out of wood.
And then he
Yes.
goes to his window at night and he prays. He says, "I wish I may. I wish I might.
have this
the
wish I wish tonight."
But then he creates a little baby that's wood, but then it lies to him.
It doesn't
Yes.
lie to him.
His nose grows.
His nose grows when he lies.
yeah,
You
that's
know
the
what's
whole
going
thing.
on, Nicole.
Okay.
Don't let anyone tell you
I
that
found,
Pinocchio don't lie.
Isn't he a liar?
He's a liar.
He's a nasty
He's
little
He's a nasty
liar.
little liar.
Wow, I absolutely forgot.
Oh
about
my
the
God, this
whole-
is great. It's a scene between Stromboli and Jiminy Cricket.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, this is the whole thing.
Okay, now I'm
You're
not
first.
Italian, so will I be cancelled?
I
Back
say
in
no.
Okay,
Do
back
the
in the
Italian
90s,
accent.
I was allowed to.
Yeah.
I was allowed to do this.
All right, and now I'm gonna do my like really grounded approach to Jimmy.
Do it like you really
Jim-
did it.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I'll just do Jimmy Cricket.
I want to
Jimmy
be
Cricket.
lost in this scene.
You want to be lost in it? Okay, there you go.
I wore my mom's maternity sweatpants. Like I wore my mom's maternity sweatsuit and stuffed pillows in my body. Because remember, Strombo is a big man.
He's
a
a
big
large
man
man
with a big beard.
Intimidating.
Oh, do you want to play Pinocchio?
Sure.
Perfect.
Close.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've been waiting my whole life.
That's really
It's actually amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, here. I'll bring the phone over to you when
Wait,
it's your
so
line.
you were saying it was going to be hard for me to look back and forth, but you're going to like what? Hobble across the stage in between lines?
How fun would it be to have Nicole play Pinocchio?
Absolutely.
Here.
All right. Here we
Does
go.
it stretch? That's the only problem.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Connor, get off the stage, Connor. Great.
Bye, Con.
Great.
It's so good
This
to
is
see
what
you.
the podcast is.
This is what the podcast is now.
All right.
Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
And let's not do a lot.
Okay. Well, no, we got to get Pinocchio in there because
Okay.
Nicole's about to fucking
And if
crush
there's
it.
any other roles, of course, you will be playing them.
Of course. Okay, all I'm going to say is it starts with this. Stromboli's Marionette Show. Stromboli says...
I'm going to do it the way I did it when I was a little kid.
Is it very offensive?
For sure.
I'm not going to be the one to tell yes or no, but I probably would say no. But
Okay,
you try.
I'll just do big loud. Okay. I won't do it offensive.
Please do it exactly the way you did it.
Do it like you did as a kid.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude the performance of the great show of Strombo. I'm already feeling so bad about this.
And you know you did it even harder when you were a
So
kid.
much harder. This was actually
And you were getting applause,
This
too.
was a moment
Yeah.
where I was like, holy shit, I'm funny. This was a moment where I'm like, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
Okay.
The Master Showman, that's a me. It says a me.
Mhm.
It says a me. Okay, so that's a me. And by special permission of the management,
There you are. You're getting loose
that's
now.
a me too is presenting to you something you will absolutely refuse to believe.
Yeah, well, looks like you know, it looks like a sellout.
Introducing the only marionette that can sing and dance. It says that absolutely without the aids of a strings. I hope so. It says to himself. I hope so.
That's a
The
good read.
one and only Pinocchio.
What a build-up.
By the way, Nicole has never heard this song before, so you don't know how this goes. But this is maybe the most famous song in.
Oh no, I know this one. I got no strings. Told me to.
You know it?
That I do know.
Wait, you're gonna get the whole song soon.
Oh
Jimmy.
my God!
I got no.
Go ahead.
strings to hold me
Make a
down.
fool of yourself, okay? And then maybe you listen to your conscience.
Angrily yells in Italian gibberish, but comes to his senses. I'm not gonna do that, and then I'm gonna say, cute kid. Wait, I'm doing you. A cute kid. He he
Here it
he.
is. This is the most famous song. Here we go.
Okay.
Kill it, Nicole.
And I bet you I'll get the rhythm and everything. I got no strings to hold me down, to make me free. Or make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me.
That was it. That was it. That was it.
That was it. That was it, baby. Yeah. Oh, that's
That's
cute.
better.
I
That's
like
actually
it.
better.
That's a
Yeah.
Closer.
Yeah.
It should have been this the whole time, Connor.
Yeah, well, we're learning as we go
I know,
along.
I know.
How was that as an audience member? Was it as satisfying as we all hoped it would be?
Yeah, it was great.
You went to the audience?
No, I just
I
went
think
back.
you went pee-pee.
No, not at all. I just stood back there in the wings and watched.
And you thought, I
The-
did this.
No, I thought this is sort of what I expected it would be.
Yeah?
You know what I mean?
There was a
I'm like,
moment when
the
you were
guests had fully
imagining-
removed me from the show and
Yeah.
they're doing a production of Pinocchio, and I'm like, I didn't predict it, but I did not predict it, you know?
Also, do you think the audience knows that we've all known each other for a decade plus? Isn't that insane?
I know.
Are
Because
we all
we're so young.
Aren't we so old?
Oh.
We have known each other for a
For
very long time.
over a decade, you
Wow.
guys.
Is that true?
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is the
It
thing.
is true.
It is.
Probably more, by the way.
Why, that's why I'm saying plus Ben.
Thanks, Darcy.
Us.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow, Darcy.
I don't want to say the actual number.
Now I
'cause it's
believe
big.
I could be wrong about this.
Uh-oh.
There is a credit that I believe that Ben and Darcy and Nicole share, and I think there's a credit that Brandon and Darcy and Nicole share.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
That we're in the same thing, you mean?
Yeah, you three
Hmm.
and not Brandon
Uh-huh.
have all been on one project, and there may be more than one, but this is the one that I noticed.
Okay.
And then you three minus Ben
Do
have
we
been
have to
involved.
guess, or are you gonna tell
I can
us?
guess.
I
Was
can
it
guess.
you three were on the good place?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah.
all in the Cherniverse.
We're all the
Cherniverse. Like Cherniverse.
Then us three must have been on Parks. Were you on
No, I
Parks?
was never on
No,
Parks.
that's Retta.
Oh, okay. Retta, of course. Retta. No, you never did it. You
What
never on
Parks is-
Parks.
Yeah.
So what was the thing that the three of us were
was
on?
it like Comedy Bang Bang or something?
No, it's a TV show.
That was a TV show?
I
Wait,
know,
who's
no,
in it?
no, 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 I'm
Me,
just giving you
Nicole,
clues.
Nicole, me, and Darcy. Is that Comedy Bang Bang TV show?
It might be. Were you all on the Comedy Bang Bang TV show?
Did you do comedy? I
We
did
were?
that.
Yeah. All right, that's one thing. Not this one.
But
though.
that's not what you're talking about? Okay.
Is
okay.
it
Yeah.
even more exciting?
Is
Well,
it,
we've
was it Network? Do I get residuals?
Network. Yes, network.
Network.
Yeah.
DuckTales? Do you do DuckTales?
I didn't do DuckTales.
I auditioned for it.
I did too.
Yeah, I bet you'd be good.
I don't think I got it.
That is. I mean, that's one of the things that's bad about this industry is you really don't know. You never got a no from DuckTales.
Yeah.
You could still be in it.
Yeah.
I might be.
I did.
Just waiting and waiting forever. Unless you get a yes, the no's often
What were
never
we on?
come.
If you and I were on something together, I feel like I would
I
absolutely.
know. That's how I feel
feel
too.
like I
I've been hardly in
remember.
It's
anything.
a long-running show on Fox.
A long running. The American Dad.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers.
No.
You're
I've
all
never been
on American Dad.
American Dad.
Oh.
Yeah,
You were.
You guys had great guesses. I said The Masked Singer.
All three of you on The Masked Singer. Oh my God, that's right. I was a gigantic pineapple. I forgot.
It's definitely American Dad. It's been on the air for 20 years.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I did miscellaneous voices on that, I think.
I
Yeah.
did a Reese Witherspoon impression that isn't out yet, and I'm scared.
I was
Oh.
a lady looking for pickles.
I was also a bitchy teen.
Oh, that's fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I once got asked to do, I was doing Robot Chicken, and they said, would you do Lin-Manuel? I go, absolutely not.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be
I did.
so mean. I don't want to pretend that I'm Lin-Manuel
I
in
know.
this.
I'm a little nervous.
So here's the thing. The past version of Dead Eyes Live, which we've played with a little here tonight, that would have been a fun thing to tour around with, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
way we explored people's Tom Hanks'
It was
stories
so fun.
and experiences.
I
and
Yeah.
Oh, I like this
I
whole
do that.
Pinocchio thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something there.
I think everybody was
It was
really
fun.
good.
Everyone loved it.
It does feel like season 4 of Dead Eyes could be just a Pinocchio performance podcast that I'm not voice talent for.
Wait, by the way, it absolutely fucking works because Pinocchio has dead eyes until he becomes a real boy
That's
when he has
exactly
real
right.
eyes.
Yeah.
It's your
there you
story.
go.
It's your story.
You essentially have to get drunk and go to hell. Isn't that what happens in Pinocchio?
Like Donkey
He's
Island.
Swallowed by a whale.
Donkey Island.
Yeah, no, it's the
Yeah, gets
Is he swallowed by a whale? Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Wait, he gets swallowed by a whale?
You gotta watch
on
this movie.
purpose. On purpose.
We
Well,
gotta watch
it's the
Big together, and then we gotta watch
trippiest
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's dark, by the way. It's dark.
I just remembered like this little toy that lied and then his nose got big.
That's
I
right.
don't
That's part of
remember
That's just
a
part of it.
Stromboli man or a whale.
And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so much. The boys turn into donkeys. It's really
Why?
sad. There's like a really hot fairy.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
She is
So
smoking.
hot.
Like a fuckable fairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really fuckable fairy.
Yeah, but as far as we know, like she doesn't give it up for anybody.
I feel like she does for Jiminy.
That's also an Imagineer thing. They're like,
Yeah.
well, come on, what does she do?
I don't think she gives it up for anybody.
No, she's gotta fuck
No! She grants wishes to childless bachelors, but she doesn't give it up for anybody.
She doesn't even do anything else with them.
Yeah. All she does is make little wooden boys come to life. But she doesn't give it up for anybody.
Then why do we make her look like that?
Because that's the drama!
The drama.
We're going to be here all night.
I gotta call my wife.
I gotta call my wife.
I got to call my wife.
Why do you end all your scenes with "I gotta call my wife"?
You know, it's well, it goes back to being a queer kid in the early '90s, and just wish I might, that I'd be straight one day. I still think it's gonna happen. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, you can be straight if you want to. And she can put it up her
They remember.
You can be straight if you want to.
You can be straight if you want to.
You can leave your
trick
friends
your
behind.
parents. Leave your friends behind.
There's also like two actors that swindle Pinocchio.
Well, yeah, and one of them's a fox and
One's
one of them's
hot
a cat.
fox.
I gotta say, this is not a streamlined story.
No.
No, it's
Too
not.
much happened.
Well, yeah, because also
Allegorical.
Geppetto's a human, and then there's like he has a cat that's like a normal cat and a fish that's like a
Cleo
normal
and
fish.
Figaro.
Figaro.
It's
Figaro.
It's
And
not
but
for
then there's
kids.
just like a fully anthropomorphic clothed fox and his like dumb cat friend
That's true.
also wearing clothes, and they just walk around town.
That's so true.
Oh,
Like, it's-
everyone's
it's
just
like-
chill with it.
Well, you never see, like, that's what I want to know. Like, if Geppetto came outside and he saw the fox walking around, would he be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or would he just be like, that's the world we live in?
Well, Cleo.
Because there's no other examples, I don't think,
It's a
of...
different movie. It's a different movie. You're pitching a different movie.
No.
I am. I would watch that movie just like, what if Geppetto came outside, right, when this talking fox and his cat friend, both wearing clothes, are about to trick his wooden son?
Wait, but I also feel like correct me
Would
if I'm
Geppetto
wrong.
step up and be like, get away from my wooden boy?
I feel like is there something where like Cleo and Figaro like flirt?
Cleo is very...
Sexual.
Cleo is very flirty, but she
Very-
doesn't give it up for anyone.
I remember her like
I
wag
feel
in
like
her
that's such a
little tail.
key. Like if I worked for Disney, and I am a Avail, I feel
What?
like Avail,
Oh, you are Tech Avail or Real Avail?
real Avail.
Okay.
It's a real avail.
But I feel like that's a real good place to land within Disney creating, which
Sexy
is just like.
animals.
But yeah, like, but that the key always is that they don't give it up for anyone.
Anyone.
Because that's sort of like a
Anyone.
hard boundary that it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we're not gonna get in trouble.
It's a Disney boundary also.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
He famously never gave it up for anyone.
Died
Neither will
virgin.
any of his characters.
This is a Disney town,
That's
Brandon.
I'm so sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. So just an informal poll of the people who are on stage who have been a part of the podcast before, because let's bring up the tweet. There's a tweet that I got recently in response to promoting this show. I was promoting like, hey, there's going to be a Dead Eyes Live. It's going to be a show. And this tweet says, there is no point continuing this podcast anymore. You had a ton of filler episodes before getting the man in question on, and now it's time to stop. I woke up to this. Like, this was the tweet that, like, and now it's time to stop.
But no likes. Nobody like agreed with it.
No likes.
Also,
No likes.
why did you blur out this person's name?
No, we're not doxing anyone.
Yes, we're gonna get
No,
that.
because eventually we actually had a
I
constructive...
gotta call my wife.
We ended up having a very constructive dialogue.
Wow.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Twitter, yeah.
You
Yeah.
talk about his Android?
What do you mean?
Doesn't have an iPhone. He tweets from an Android.
I tweet from an Android.
I know. It's so embarrassing. Anytime I get a text from you, I feel so
Green.
sad.
Can I tell you something?
Freaking green.
Listen to
You're
me.
green, baby.
I'm going to tell
Go
two quick
blue.
stories here, okay? And one of them involves a crime.
Oh, I love this.
One of them involves an accident, and I'm gonna try to tell them in that weird sort of Aaron Sorkin order where it's like I'm telling it in the wrong way.
Can you do it while walking and talking?
No, I
Of course,
can't.
of course.
So recently I dropped my phone and it went right into the sewer. It sounds funny. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me in my whole life. Because I had wired headphones that were hooked to it, and there was a split second where they were still connected, and I looked, and it was as if the phone just went, bye, and then dropped 12 feet into a solid foot of shit water. And I was just standing at the corner, and I looked over at people were staring at me, and they were like, sorry. And then a woman said,
I've known Connor for a long time. I've never heard him say, bye.
Neither. I really liked it.
because it wasn't me, it was the phone. I was in character.
That's right.
That was from a different character's point of view. I would never say that. Then a woman came up to me and
Just
said,
like you would never do that accent.
No.
No, he would not.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. Me?
No,
Me?
Stromboli.
Oh, God.
Never.
I did it, though.
Then a woman came up to me and she said, go into that place. They have a device that will help you get it out of there. And
What?
she sent me into a tailor's. And because I was so just distraught that I just lost the phone, I walked into a tailor's that I'd never been in before, and I said, I just dropped my phone down through the sewer grate, and the woman on the street said, you could help me.
And they said, we can't. And I went back outside, and the woman was standing there.
Was?
She was waiting, like, I'm here to make sure your phone doesn't. I don't know what it would have done.
Yeah.
Other than just, like, it's still there. Like, I walk past this grate almost every day. It's just there, soaking in the refuse. And and I went back to her and I said, they didn't know what I was talking about. They don't have anything. She goes, oh, okay. And,
bye.
And so.
Wait, I love her. Where did she go after this? She just
Disappeared.
left?
She walked out of my life, and I never saw her again.
And she
unless
never
she's
gave it up
also,
for
like,
anyone.
here in the audience tonight. And so then I realized I went to the store to replace the phone. I went to the T-Mobile store to get another Android, but they've stopped making the kind I like, and so I didn't want to buy it.
Why Android? Why do you love Android so much?
Why not an iPhone?
I don't like iPhones, and I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. So I went in and they tried to sell me a $1,000 phone that I didn't want. It didn't have the hook for the wired headphone. It didn't have the stylus. Didn't have anything I wanted. I thought, I'm not going to pay $1,000.
Yeah, what the
Connor's so
Stylist.
What are you buying a pom pom?
I love this man.
Phone.
Gorgeous.
God.
You know
What do you do with it?
Do you use it?
Do
a
you
lot?
write?
I would use it. I wish we had
It's
those.
fantastic. They don't make them anymore. And so
What notes do you
Write
make?
I coached an improv team last week. I made all the notes on my phone using the stylus.
Oh, that's easier and
that's
honestly
nice.
better on your thumbs.
Yeah, way better. You should see my thumbs.
You should see all of our thumbs.
Yeah.
They're so fucked.
My thumbs
So
are
I-
good.
No, your thumbs are fucked, Nicole.
They are.
Fucked.
Are they for real?
No.
Everybody's are. You don't even realize that your thumbs are fucked. Our thumbs are fucked.
So I go to the T-Mobile store. I'm about to buy a way too expensive phone that I don't want. And then finally I just like, no, I'm going to buy an old phone. I said, can you sell me a SIM card? He says, it'll cost $10. I said, yeah, that's fine. I remembered that I already have an iPhone that I can temporarily put the SIM card
I
into
love
for the
this.
day. Let's flash to November of 2020. Pre-vaccine, or first year of the pandemic. I wake up on a Monday morning, I have over 1,000 emails. I don't know why. I had no emails when I went to bed, but now I have over 1,000 emails. So I Google, what's the scam where you suddenly have over 1,000 emails? They say the scam is in one of those emails. The emails are to hide the scam. Someone scammed you, but then they subscribed you to every mailing list on every website in the world so that you won't find where the actual scam is. The emails are not the scam. The emails are the smoke. So I start looking through the emails. And
1,000 emails?
1,000 emails.
It was early pandemic. He had time.
I had the time. I had nowhere to be.
Yeah.
I went through the
What
emails.
state are you in? Are you
I'm
in
in
New
New
York
York
or with your
City at this
parents?
one. I'm back in New York City.
Okay, and then also really quickly, this also is predicated on an inbox zero situation, right?
What do you mean?
You had
You had
zero
zero
emails, and
inbox.
you woke up with 1,000.
You're a
I mean, there were
zeros
old
man?
emails that I'd read, but there were 0 unread emails when I went to bed.
Yeah, just
and I get
needed to-
1,000.
yeah.
Yes.
He's a zeros man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I find the scam email, and the scam email is I have ordered a brand new iPhone using my credit card and coming to my address. And all the information in the email was like, okay, this looks like what it would look like if I had ordered an iPhone to have it sent to me. So I call Apple, and I'm like, did I order an iPhone? They said, yes, you have ordered an iPhone. It's coming to your house right now. I said, I didn't order an iPhone. Please stop sending it. I said, we can't stop sending it. It's on its way to you. It's done. I said, what is this scam? So I started Googling, what's the scam where someone orders you an iPhone with your credit card and sends it to you?
I remember when this happened.
Yeah. And I'm really losing it at this point because now I'm like, there's so many layers to this scam. The one that I find says this. They ordered the item to be sent to your address using your credit card, but you don't see it, and you're not expecting it because 1,000 emails have clouded the order. So instead, the first that you learn of it, before you realize what's happened, you get a knock on the door. It's an order from Apple. It's a new iPhone. And you're like, what is this? That's the first time you hear this. Can't be possible. Did someone send me an iPhone? What's going on? 10 minutes later, a second courier arrives, and they're there to tell you, an iPhone was sent to you by mistake. I'm here to take care of it for you.
No
I will
way.
take it away. And
That's the scam.
that person is not in on the scam. They've been hired by the scammer.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yes, the scammers hired a courier to come pick up the thing and bring it to them. And then if you're in the moment like, wait a second, I just got an iPhone, I didn't order one, knock, knock, I'm here to solve your problem, I'm here to take it away.
Right.
Oh, by all means, please solve my
And
problem.
did that happen?
Take it away. Well, no, I'll get to this. So the idea is that they take it, and then that iPhone is gone, and you paid for an iPhone, and you hand-delivered it to the other person.
It's a good deed, though.
So I realized this is the scam. So now I'm just sitting in my apartment waiting for the knock at the door.
Just one light next to you. Everything else dark.
Waiting. And no one ever arrives for the iPhone. So now I'm like, well, what do I do with this iPhone? And I'm sitting and I'm like, if you've seen the movie Bart and Fink, there's the point where he's just got a box on a shelf and he's just looking at it. He doesn't know what's in the box. I just have this box from Apple that I know has a new iPhone in it. And days go by and days go by. I call to say, like, how can I return this? Their advice is, come to the Apple store. That's how you return it. I said, I don't want to come to the Apple store. It's a pandemic. There's no vaccine yet. I didn't say that because we didn't know, But I'm just like, I don't want to come to Grand Central or go to the Apple store. I don't want to leave my apartment. They said, well, that's the only way. Or you could call FedEx. I call FedEx, and they say, you got to come to a FedEx center. I said, I don't want to come to a FedEx center. There's a pandemic. I want to stay in my apartment. I want to be safe. I've been being safe, but I got to get rid of this iPhone. Then finally, someone tells me, why don't you just call your credit card company and have them cancel it? So I do that, and then I wait for someone to come and collect this iPhone. And no one ever comes to collect the iPhone. And a year goes by, and I decide I'm gonna open the box.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna use it for self-tapes.
Is that what you did?
So wait,
It's
so
just a nice
you
camera.
became the scammer because your credit card company refunded you and you kept the phone?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I love this.
Hey, we got a real Jimmy Cricket
Yeah,
over
Jimmy
here.
Cricket,
Hey, what are
baby.
you gonna do?
Oh.
Jimmy Cricket likes it.
I got no strings to hold me down.
I got no strings to hold me down.
Wow, that
And
rocks.
so, on the day that I buy the SIM card from the T-Mobile store, I realize until I get a new replacement phone that is an Android, I can use this iPhone. I put the SIM card in. I'm not wild about it as a phone.
Jesus Christ.
What a long road to get to that.
Yeah.
The end of that story was, I'm not wild about it.
I'm not wild about it. I ordered an old Android like 3 generations ago because when I looked up the reviews, no one was happy with the last few. And it feels like I have a new phone, and I've never been better.
What if Tom Hanks was? What if Tom
I've
Hanks
never
was
been better.
backstage right now?
I know,
And
yeah.
he just listened to that whole story, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Welcome, Tom Hanks." Wouldn't that be great?
It would be fantastic. So what do you think the podcast should be from now on?
I
Ooh.
think we figured it out.
If it's not the Pinocchio thing?
If it's not.
No, we're not
Which-
ruling that out. That will definitely be a part of it.
Each week, I think there should be a segment where you have to read a little bit of Pinocchio.
I think that's smart.
Just a little bit. And I think just
Just
like
a
until
little
you
bit.
have a full, complete, essentially independent podcast of Pinocchio. So you could
This
technically
is really
select-
smart.
Yeah, I think this is.
I think the way that I would do that is I would.
Long nose can't lose.
I think I would do that where it'd be a little bit of Pinocchio, but then when I got to the end of the story, I would just keep going.
Yeah, okay.
So then there'd be like, all of a sudden people are like, hold on. There's new Pinocchio stuff happening.
What happens when he's a real boy? You get to tell that story.
It's just the story of a real boy who used to be a wooden boy.
But doesn't give it up.
Doesn't give it up for
He
anyone.
doesn't give it up for
I think,
anybody.
I do think, okay, to be real, I think that one of the things, and I'm sure some of you will agree, one of the things that I love the most about the podcast is that people's stories about rejection and, you know, life getting derailed and how, you know, like maybe it was a low time and how that turned into this, that, or the other. And and when I've explained this podcast to friends and neighbors, I say there's so much more than just the Tom Hanks stuff. There's, you know, you get to hear about people's, like, their low times and their, you know, all the stories. The stories are what makes it. You connected it with Tom. I always want to say Cruise. You connected it with Tom Hanks, but there's just this. The podcast goes so deep. I think if you did want to keep going, and are we going to take a poll or something?
I think we are. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna.
But wait.
Yeah.
Will
If you
this
did-
decide it?
Yeah.
No,
this
no,
will
no,
decide
no.
it. This will
I've
decide
already
it.
decided I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, of course it's going to do it. Are you kidding?
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Wait, I do have a suggestion. Okay, what if you bring on a co-host who doesn't really face rejection, like Chet Hanks, who is Tom's son. So it's kind of adjacent, but still in the family. And also, he is so funny. So, like, I'm being very genuine. I think he's a Vale. I think that's what you should do. Have him come on as a co-host.
I would love him to be on that.
I think your dynamic would be revolutionary.
Yeah.
What do you imagine that would be like?
Insane.
Do you think it would be? What do you think he would make of me?
Whoa, Ben! Jesus Christ! Did anybody see that?
What'd you do, Ben?
He just
I
caught
grabbed
a moth
I
out of
grabbed a fly from
thin
It's
air.
amazing.
He's so fast.
He
in real
gently
life.
placed it on the ground.
It was getting close to your head, so I
Yeah.
grabbed it and I
Thank
put it
you.
over
That was
here.
incredible.
Very kind.
You just placed it over there.
I let it. I'm assuming it flew. I don't know. It might
Honey,
be
you killed it.
Did I? I think it flew away, right?
It's not on the. It's not
It
on
flew
the.
away.
Yeah, it flew away.
Flew away. Okay, that's
I just got it away from my friend's eyes.
Thank you.
I like your idea. I agree. First of all, I love your idea.
Yeah.
I like the.
There's
my-
also no reason we can't do all these ideas. Like, I think if I could get Chet Hanks on my Pinocchio podcast,
Who would he play?
um,
He could play anything.
well, he wouldn't mind doing Stromboli. I'm sure he would
I'm
not
sure.
hesitate. Give him the sides, and he'd be like,
Love
"Yeah,
it.
it's written that way, and I'll do it."
I love the idea of pushing through failure, learning, and also
Yeah.
and hearing people that we look up to. I remember there was a bunch of the episodes of hearing all these people that I look up to and them experiencing failure and what they learned from it and how they got through it and like look how well they're doing now.
Yeah.
At the beginning of anybody's career, I'm assuming same with mine. It's like it's all failure.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming to your shows. Nobody's buying anything of yours. Nobody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the idea of people at whatever level of this industry understand failure and it's a part of it. I remember Ian Roberts, who was one of the people who created or were the people at Upright Citizens Brigade.
Which is how we met.
Say it again.
That's where we
Which
all
is how
met.
we met.
Yeah. He said that we're like in the only job that 99% of the time you're told no. 99% of the time. And he said if you're told no 95% of the time, you're considered insanely successful. And I was like, God, he's right, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that I love that stuff. But I feel like do you have to keep tying it to Hanks or
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I think going forward, I think it would be somewhat liberating to because a lot of that was just a comedic device. It was an excuse to when we did like the commercials episode. The cold open is just like here's all the closest things to commercials Tom Hanks has done, and then once we'd sort of done the obligatory mention, we could get on to telling other stories, and that was all just sort of a setup to then do the Colonel Sanders episode, which also didn't have like a connection to Tom Hanks. But if there, like, I think to some extent, and I'll ask this question because I think there's maybe 3 questions I'm curious about here in terms of how many people came here tonight thinking that Dead Eyes the podcast is over and this is some sort of a grace by round of applause, and that this was some sort of like a grace note or like a victory lap or something.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think that's a smattering.
That's a bit
right?
of a smattering.
That's
Good
what we
word.
say. It's a small smattering.
That's 1 or 3 questions.
That was
what and
7 to 12 people.
All right.
Nice, Darcy.
How many people have a strong or moderate, not even strong, just have an opinion that the podcast should end because
Wait,
won't
first
look at you.
say
We won't
don't
look
be
at you.
judged. Exactly.
We won't look at you. We
You won't be
literally won't look
judged.
at you.
you won't
Because you just yelled at this person for
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah,
exactly
yeah.
But we
that.
have no idea who that person is.
You do.
Yeah, I do. But I had lunch with my friend Adam Conover yesterday, and he told me, he said, I have a piece of advice for you. He said, I said, okay. And he said, under no circumstances should you do a 4th season of Dead Eyes. And I said, Adam, I'm going to. And
He said under no
he's a
circumstances.
confident.
Adam ruins everything.
Everything.
That's his whole deal, dude.
Right.
But it's just like some people have a very strong opinion that it's like, you know, like there's that model that like the Beatles have, which is like Abbey Road is this perfect ending of the Beatles. And we all sort of look at that and we're like, yes, that's like cool that they like stopped on this like high point. But also like if you really think about it, like the Beatles weren't talking for a decade and then like one of them gets murdered and it's like that's not an ideal like it's really not. Like I wish the Beatles had stayed together and made like I would have loved the Beatles to make like an embarrassing 80s album. I would love that, because like they did great albums in the 60s, but there's a really funny album in 1985 where the Beatles were just like, they bought 10 synthesizers and a drum machine. And Ringo's just like pressing on. It would have been so, I'd much prefer that to John Lennon being murdered. I realize I've stacked the deck with that choice.
So the second question is?
Oh, the second question is, how many of you have a reasonably strong opinion that the podcast should end with episode 31?
We're not gonna look at you again. We're not gonna look at
We'll
them.
close our eyes and then count down from 3.
3. Everybody close your eyes. 2.
Tell them though, they can hear it next to them.
But they won't know. It might be like 2 down. They won't. 1.
I think you
Say
counted
0.
bad. I
Oh,
think you
0.
counted bad.
No,
Let's
no
do
one.
it again.
Everyone wants
Okay,
the podcast.
let's do it again.
No, you didn't say 0.
If anybody thinks that it should be over with the last episode, you on the count of
0.
3, clap. 1. Okay, 1. Literally 1.
Yeah.
That was
No,
too many.
you did it.
Okay,
3, 2, 1.
We're not looking. 0.
Oh, that person doesn't
That
want to
person
clap
lied. Your nose is growing. Your nose is
So
growing.
it was like it was one person. Okay, I have a.
Interesting.
Maybe you go in this direction.
Interesting.
Not Chet, Colin. There's
Yeah.
a second
Great
son.
guest.
He's
a
on
great
the show.
guest.
Yeah.
Well, he could be your co-host for forever.
Yeah. Because that way, yeah. And that way I'd be reluctant to bring up Hank's stuff because it would
Because
get
you'd be
annoying
like, I don't
to
want to talk
him.
about your dad all the
He'd
Yeah.
time.
kind of roll his eyes.
I do want to say that, because now I'm thinking about the one person who clapped, and we don't know what
And we
what
didn't
that
look.
was. But it was kind of like whimsical clapping.
Wasn't it,
It
a
was.
cute
Do you think
clap?
it's Jimmy Cricket?
I think it might be.
Was it?
It's your
Maybe.
conscience.
Maybe
End
it's that
it,
fairy
baby.
who's ready to give it up.
How
Was
many?
it this person? Was it the tweet?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. All right, so, but here's the thing.
Question 3.
Well, I don't think we need to ask question 3.
Ask
because
it.
it's
Ask it.
Ask it.
How
It'll
many
make you
people
feel
think
great.
that? Yeah, but now
Come
it
on,
feels.
I want to hear it. I want to
self-serving.
hear
All
it.
right.
It's a little
How many
self-serving.
people? Yeah.
It's a little
Okay.
self-
How many people think that Deadeye should continue into a 4th season?
We're not gonna look.
Not
everybody. Not everybody.
It's not everybody. You're right.
When
Darcy's
you
Darcy's expert ears have counted that there were some people who have a weird other opinion that we have not been able to
Let
imagine.
it go, Connor. Let it go.
Wait a
Okay.
second. We need to imagineer this. What could the
yes.
other opinion be that isn't
Okay.
covered?
Do you want to ask?
Maybe
I'll call my
it's
wife.
Who wants half a season?
Oh,
Oh, right.
yeah, like
Instead of
sometimes
a
people
full
get like
season.
half a chicken at like a grocery store.
Yeah, you can get half a
Or like a
Well,
movie
chicken.
after a couple
Yeah.
seasons of a TV show, like, oh, maybe just a movie to wrap this
Oh,
all
they
up.
want a Deadeye's movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, they do
The
that.
natural,
seasons in a
the
movie.
natural lead
What
of
about a
the
TV
podcast.
show? What about
Yeah.
a TV show?
Yeah.
What
Not
would
as
that
many
be? Like a
people.
talk
Yeah.
show? I don't want to know.
How about like a print book?
A prank.
Wow.
How about like just a magazine? A weekly.
Yeah, just a weekly.
A newsletter. An
a
email
zine.
blast.
An email blast.
Is there anyone out there who who did not clap for any of the answers, who has conceived of a format and they're not guessing it? I know the format for what the next Deadeye's thing should be.
Well, what are you going to do? You said you know what you're going to do. Do you want to tell the audience or not yet? You want it to be a surprise?
Well, we're going to figure it out, but it'll be some sort of 4th season that's not investigative of the... I'm not going to keep pushing the same question. I got
Right,
the
you've
answer.
answered the question.
I'm
But-
gonna ask a question.
Yeah, but it'll be something, but it'll still explore the same themes because
I think that's smart.
failure and insecurity and all that, those still...
I think
we
whatever
haven't
you've been
solved them.
doing is great.
Is-
Continue to do that.
Is there a world where you followed something live as it's happening? I mean, like let's just say
Like a murder podcast?
like a murder podcast. And
Dead
like,
eyes.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
No, but it's like almost like I come to you or somebody. I mean, not me, but
I
like
like
somebody
it.
comes to you
It's
and
dead
says, "Hey, I'm an audition for Jimmy Cricket."
Right.
And then you're like, "Okay, let's follow that whole process
Oh,
and
that's
see where
fun.
how far it goes."
What about your audition process?
Yeah,
Now that
that's
you're
act-
doing more auditions.
Yeah.
People are they're invested
Right,
in you.
I think that'll probably still be in it.
Oh, I mean,
the
like
mix somewhere.
following it from start to finish.
Yeah.
What Brandon was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, start to finish is usually I get an email, I see it, and I'm like, well, time to point the camera at the part of my apartment that is the least stuff in the back.
Your stolen camera. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's right. Time to point my...
Stolen camera away from your 30 Funkos.
Yeah.
I want-
Nobody put anything in motion that makes that story about the iPhone lead to consequences.
Please. Can I ask the audience
Yeah.
2 more questions?
Yes, absolutely.
I also am wondering who, by round of applause, watched Band of Brothers for the first time after or during listening to the podcast?
Ooh.
Me too. Me too.
wow.
Okay, just 5 of us. Okay.
What'd you think?
All
Darcy,
seated
what'd you
at the
think?
back.
My husband Jason and I. Hi, Jason. Everybody say hi to Jason.
Is Jason here?
Hi,
Yeah,
Jason.
Hi, Jason.
He'd seen it at least, a few times in the whenever. But we watched it over like 2 nights. We couldn't get enough of it. Yeah, check your texts.
No, I just want to see how long the show is.
Okay, and then also the other question I had was who got really into Amy Mann? Who,
Oh my God.
Yeah. What a fun little side thing for this podcast to get really into Amy Mann.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The songs at the end are
Yeah.
beauts.
Yeah,
I
that's good.
fucking love this podcast.
Yeah, it's a great podcast.
Does anyone in the audience have any questions for us?
This is your big finish.
Yeah, it's a big
you just
finish.
looked at the clock. Okay.
Yeah. No one?
Okay, good night, you
All right.
guys.
Oh.
Wait, someone in the front row? Yeah.
Yeah, also.
No, well, they're just a gift.
From who?
From me to you. They're Castaway is a meaningful movie to me, and I didn't even fully realize until recently because it was the movie that he was working on.
Is that from Castaway?
Yeah, it's the just destroyed a 35 millimeter trailer. Yeah, that one is the strip that I kept from. No, that's not. It's the trailer for Castaway. That is the locket that Helen Hunt is in. Yeah. So yeah,
when
everybody.
you have to start over, when you have to start over, when you have to start over.
Yeah, each one is one frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you have to start over.
I wanted to give everybody who came out tonight a gift, so I bought a 35 millimeter trailer for Castaway.
Cool.
Because that was the thing he was working on when I was fired.
Member?
And then, you member. And it only recently hit me that, that's a funny title for the movie to come out after that because...
That's great.
I was cast away. And
You were literally cast.
I was literally
Away.
cast and then away.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
both.
Yeah.
And then there's also they cast me and then Tom Hanks came in and then he's like, well, I'm in charge. I'll cast away.
Wow.
So there's and so I, maybe from a film historian viewpoint, cutting up a 35 millimeter trailer is some sort of sacrilege, but it's not like anyone's going to
Everybody has a piece of it now.
Yeah, everyone has
nice.
a piece of it now. Some of you will have pieces that make no sense. Some of you have pieces that will have
When you want to start over.
Chuck Nolan and Wilson. And it's just, you can do whatever you want with it.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Cool, I love that.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Any other questions
So
before we
many.
close?
So many.
Yes, in the middle.
Did any interviews get cut for time?
Yes.
By the way, I did a thingy with you for the last one.
Yeah, we talked for an hour.
And all you kept in was, "Hey man," and that was it.
True. Were you pissed?
No, I was so proud
It'll
of
be
him.
it'll be season 5 or
No,
whatever.
he told me he's never gonna let anybody hear it.
I might let somebody hear it. Yeah.
Wait,
Let's
were
talk
there
to-
full people that got cut?
Oh. good
Yeah,
question.
there are some interviews that kept getting bumped, including I interviewed the showrunner for Billions because I was trying to.
What's his name?
Yeah, Brian Koppelman.
Yeah.
And I interviewed him in season 1, and I was thinking I'm gonna get to David Costabile and Paul Giamatti, and then eventually get to Damian Lewis, who's no longer on Billions. But I was working this Koppelman did this great interview.
Also, Giamatti's in Saving Private Ryan.
That's right. That's right. And and I used to get mistaken for David Costabile a lot. Like when I got put on a house
Great
thing at
actor.
UCB, there were people who thought that David Costabile had been taking improv classes.
Great actor.
But his interview was in season 1, and then it got bumped. And then we had him in season 2, and then it got bumped. And every season, something else kept happening. And I think I might have ruined my chances of getting cast on Billions.
Yeah. Cast away, honey.
Yeah. But because it was a really good interview, but we kept having to change which episodes it would work in.
I thought maybe it was season 1. There was a really fun episode that included Castaway and Wilson and everything with Eugene Cordero.
Love Eugene.
Yeah, love Eugene.
Yeah.
Where you did, some sort of, not bloopers. You know what I mean? It was extras.
It was,
Yeah, like-
yeah.
I think it was literally called Castaway.
Yeah.
Do that again.
Yeah. Well, his was such a good interview that I wanted to use it in a proper context. But
So when the interviews are bad, you just don't use them, kind of?
Ben!
no, all the interviews have been great.
Okay, yeah. Any
But-
other questions, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now there's too many questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Will you pick one, Darcy?
Sure. Okay, back, tall hand.
Well,
No, you know you had the
Yeah, you waved. You like knew it.
Gentleman right in the middle.
And now you're looking around. What's happening?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I raised a hand for my friend.
oh, that's sweet.
Great. That's nice.
I'm curious if there's a story behind BB Newarth, part of the
Oh,
Great question.
Great question.
Great
Yeah.
question.
This
Okay.
is Dead Eyes. You all know that's BB Newirth saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So there was a point where we were developing the pilot at Earwolf, and
Ooh.
and I had gotten Darcy. You know, my strategy with the pilot was to load it up with my famous friends because then people would pay attention to it, and that was a strategy I used it a lot of time. And so I delivered this pilot that originally was like a full-long pilot that had Darcy and Zach Woods and John Hamm, and it had the full John Hamm interview. And then they were like, well, we're going to release it as like an Earwolf Presents and see how it does. And one of the notes I think we'd gotten was like, we don't think you're going to get to Tom Hanks. And I was like, I got to like, look, in the first episode, I'm already getting so close. Yeah. And so then I wanted a voice that didn't sound like my voice, because I thought it would make it sound more like a real story if there was like an authoritative voice that clearly wasn't my own at the beginning of it. And BB Newirth had done monologues at ASCAT at UCB, and she'd done a show I do called the George Lucas Talk Show, which we'll be doing here tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night.
And then she'd done the President Show on Comedy Central. We'd both been in the same episode of that. And so I thought, I'm just gonna see if BB Newirth will record this on her phone and send it back to me.
Did you DM her?
I contacted her, her assistant, and said, like, listen, let me explain what I'm doing. And you know, it means so much to me that she had no questions about it, because it's a lot. Like she didn't know me well enough to know that this wasn't like a horrible idea.
Sure.
But she just had a good sense of me, I think, from our interactions. I was like, I'm doing this podcast about how I got fired from Band of Brothers and it was Tom Hanks, and would you say this? And then like that day, I got this voicemail back. So it's kind of a weird flex on my part that I was like, even the announcer is someone famous, and I won't even mention who it is. And then we just decided it would be fun because there's no connection, like there's no meaning to it. There's no it wasn't like I had gotten like Peter Scolari or someone to be the voice, where it would be like, oh, he has a secret connection to Tom Hanks and the announcer or something. It really was like, oh, they don't overlap career-wise at all.
That's great.
Yeah. So it was a favor because she's very nice and great, and it was also me just being like weirdly petulant about trying to load up the pilot with famous people.
Yeah, I love that. That's
all right.
fun.
That's a great question. And
the next one better be just as good.
Yeah, and let's. Brandon, do you want to pick the final question?
Oh my God.
Final question. Does someone have a killer, Brandon?
Oh yeah. Does someone have a killer, Brandon?
Someone have a killer, Brandon?
All right. There's that hand right there. You have your hand out. You're doing that thing.
You're doing that thing.
That thing you do.
jazz hands. What has been the most surprising, feedback or just response you've gotten from the podcast?
These are great questions.
Great questions.
Of course, though.
Yeah,
you know,
surprising.
audience,
Actors.
I'll go ahead and share one with you. That I wasn't. This wasn't one that I was gonna share, but I think it's good.
This is a real email
Use
you're
your
about
stylist to
share.
get it.
I was just about to be like, how dare you not use that stylist?
Get your stylist out.
Oh, use the chin. Okay.
Lick the tip of it. Search email. Is that how it works?
Oh my God, he's got 1,000 unread emails.
Oh my God. The scam's still going.
God, I could, if you had an iPhone, I could get you there in a second.
Yeah.
This wouldn't
oh my
even
God,
be an
are you
issue.
gonna read what I think you're gonna
I
read?
could fucking ask Siri to bring it up.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is gonna be great, you guys. This is actually.
I'm only gonna read part of it.
Okay, wait. But this.
Vamp while I'm looking.
Da 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 da
Da
da.
da 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 da.
Show me a kiss from why.
Okay, wait. Nicole, sing I Got No Strings again. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got no strings to hold me up. I fall down the stairs. I say, oopsie daisy.
That's beautiful. That was beautiful. You got a career, kid.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Hey, what's up? It's me,
I thought
Jimmy.
you had a girlfriend.
No, I mean I do. Jimmy gets.
All right. Okay. So
Hey,
we're
guess what? Jimmy gives it up for everyone.
So
I'm gonna end with, these are some words from, and for what is, I think, sort of like a farewell to like the Tom Hanks era of
hell yeah.
not that I won't bring him up again, but just like trying to sort of put a pin in it. So on the day that the Tom Hanks episode came out, I was on the boat, and I thought, well, I have his email now. But I hadn't talked to him since we'd had our conversation. I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to do it because there's like, he's probably having people mention it to him. So I sent an email just thanking him again for doing it. And he sent me a really lovely email about, well, this is a great experience, etc. And so I'm thinking, great, what a great way to end our interaction. It's so satisfying. It's just a great. And then an hour after that email from him, I got another email from him that said, who wrote the copy for that Manscaped ad? Followed by literally 8 question marks. And I genuinely was like, I don't know how to judge the tone of this. Like, in my mind, like this is the, who wrote the copy for that Manscaped ad? Where it's like yelling at hooch, it's that like, because for those of you who skip the ads, whenever we would do ads for male grooming service Manscaped, I would just make a bunch of ball shaving puns about Tom Hanks movies.
Well, all your ads were Tom Hanks related.
Yeah, but the male grooming ones were really
pubic hair heavy.
It was a lot about like how there'll be no more shaving privates crying, it's just like ballogram for the king and like every deep cut Tom Hanks title. So I was genuinely like, oh no, is this how it ends with us? Like after all of this, does it end with him being like, how dare you take my body of work and use it to make money on a podcast ad? So I wrote back an email that I thought could go either way. If he's mad at me, it's serious. But if he likes it, it's not bad. So I said, I must confess, that was me. And then there was another hour where I didn't hear anything. And I really was like, this is a really bad way for 2 decades plus for this journey to end on like, I blew it with the Manscaped ad. And then he responds, brilliant in every way.
That guy rolled.
Thank you all for coming out. I want to thank my guests, Brandon Scott Jones, Darcy Carden, Ben Schwartz, and Nicole Byer.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.